And with that, we welcome you in. It is the High School Scoreboard Show. It is week 1. That's right. I said it. It's week 1.
Oh, bold.
There are games being played tonight by, well, some of them. There were 122 games on the schedule. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. Thank you for watching on the YouTube channel. If you're listening on the Game Network, we welcome you in. Another fun year. We got a lot to get to tonight. We started the season last night with games. Elijah, let me pose to you a riddle as we kick off 2025. I'll pose this riddle to you. Let's say there is a chance of rain.
Okay. How big a chance?
Let's just say there's a chance of a 40% chance of rain. Now, we can get into whether that's 40% of the geographic area or if out of 100 times, 40 of those times it rains. We can get into that.
Always just trip me up.
I'm still confused, and I'm confused now more than ever. So we decide, you know what? There's a chance of rain on Friday, so we're going to move our game to Thursday in an effort to not chop up our field in week 1, week 0, whatever, and preserve things. What if I told you that last night a lot of those same games got suspended due to weather?
Then I think you just made things a little more complicated.
Say it ain't so, my friends. So we have games that have been postponed in the low country because Charleston's been dumped today. I think 15 inches of rain might be falling down there. They got flood warnings, and the school districts are having to step in and say, no, you're not playing these games tonight. And the police departments are doing the same thing, by the way. That's a fun situation down in Charleston. You have that. Games in the Midlands got stopped due to weather. They are either finishing now or restarting now. Camden and White Knoll have been at halftime almost 24 hours. Almost 24 hours. Camden, by the way, leading that ball game 13-0.
Long football, long halftime.
It's like a Super Bowl halftime show, right? It's like Beyonce just played. Now we get to come out and play again. Get ready. The lights are going to shut off. So we got that. And we got regular great action. Burns is opening up a new stadium tonight against T.L. Hanna.
Wow, that's a pretty fun opener.
Defending state champion Northwestern's on the road at Spartanburg.
That's a tough one.
Uh-huh.
A lot of ranked matchups, whether it be top 10 within your own, I guess, classification, and some intra-classification top 10 matchups. A lot of that tonight.
There's a line, a stretching. I'm seeing this from. I'll credit the Greer News. The line to get into that Burns game is stretching a very long way. If I had to quote an Oakland Athletics play-by-play broadcaster, it is a long line to get into Nixon Field tonight. And you may or may not get in. I don't know. We'll find out. So a lot of games coming up tonight, a lot of them. But we go to the phone lines right now, 803-404-6100, by the way.
First update of the year.
First update of the year comes from our buddy Kale. Go ahead, Kale.
Hey, guys. I am calling from Greenville, South Carolina for the second game of a home-and-home series between the Christchurch Cavaliers of 3A and the Hammond Skyhawks of Skiza 4A.
Give me a little bit of update, Kale, because we spoke earlier briefly in the 10 o'clock a.m. hour. What are we looking for from, let's just go the Midlands perspective, from the Skyhawks this year? Another year under head coach John Wheeler. What can we expect?
So, obviously, they just started warming up, so I haven't seen anything yet. I got to wait till the pads come on. But I see a lot of talent. Looking at the team, the Skyhawks have, correct me if I'm wrong, they have at least 6 kids with Division I offers as we speak. Now, the biggest challenge, in my opinion, for the Skyhawks will be Christchurch wide receiver Jude Hall, who's a senior. He's 6'4" and committed to Memphis. He will be being guarded by senior cornerback Jordan Boston, who has offers from Memphis as well, Navy, Army, Air Force, and a couple FCS schools. I think the biggest question mark for Hammond will be their corners, because Jordan Boston is the only corner returning from the state title team last season. So we're not sure who's going to be starting at corner for Hammond at the opposite side. I haven't been told. I was told by the coach that it was going to be a game-time decision. And as for linebackers, they look really good. Bubba Alexander, who's a rising junior, has offers from ETSU. He's also going to play running back, too. And then Jackson Ross, who's also a junior, he has offers from Vanderbilt, Duke, South Florida, and Jacksonville State, Liberty, and a couple of others. So the linebacker core will definitely be a big part, but I think Hammond has the advantage in the depth part of the game, because looking at Christchurch, looks like almost all of their players will have to play both ways. I think they only have 30 kids on their roster, while Hammond has nearly 50.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty sizable advantage right there in terms of numbers. But, Kale, I think one of the interesting things about just the entire season, and I know this might not strictly pertain to this quote-unquote Week 0 game, but you did a lot of the 7-on-7s over the summer, did some fantastic work for us here with the game covering those. There's a lot of games around the state with a lot of intrigue. I know Huff and South Point, one of them, Huff wins. That's our first, I guess, final score update of the night, 14-10. That one ended a little earlier tonight, but there was a lot of intrigue in terms of carryover, of intensity from the summer stuff going into the opening week of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've talked to the coaches, and, I didn't want to pry too much because, it's first game of the season, and they really didn't have the best answer just because, a game hasn't been played for them yet. But they said, we've clearly got a lot of talent. We're just trying to put a couple things together. They said, I told them, I said, I'm excited to see how we look, how you guys look today. And they said, I'm excited to see how we look too.
A lot of anticipation.
A lot of anticipation and unknowns. Kale, always a pleasure. He's going to be here, by the way, every week on the phone lines. Games of the Week featuring Kale is what we're going to call that. He is up in the upstate for Hammond and Christchurch. Looking forward to the updates throughout the night, bud. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
That's our buddy Kale on the phone lines. Again, 803-404-6100 all season long. You can also get us on Twitter at Justin B. Hall, at E_Campbell3. Bang. It's been almost a year, and I still nailed it.
Nailed it.
Newsy stuff. It's going to be a newsy program for a little bit. We do have a potential commitment coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. I'd assume within the next 30 minutes we'll find out on that commitment. We'll get to that in just a second. But this story broke by Jordan Kay of the State newspaper. As I was walking into the studio almost an hour ago, South Carolina defensive line coach Travian Robertson is in the local hospital after being involved in a car accident earlier today. The piece goes on, although specific details of the crash are not yet known. A source with knowledge told the State that as of tonight, as of Friday evening, Travian is in a room in the trauma ICU at Prisma Health Richland. In a message board post, Tony Morell of the Big Spur said that Robertson was, quote, involved in a head-on collision and had to be taken to the hospital for immediate surgery on his ankle. Shane Beamer responded via text message to the State newspaper inquiries and said he's doing okay. Robertson is entering his third season as the defensive line coach for the Gamecocks. He was a lineman here from 07 to 11. And, of course, the Gamecocks open the season next Sunday against the Hokies of Virginia Tech in Atlanta.
Yeah, not a great story. Not just because you're heading into the season. In general, that's real-life scary stuff that Coach Robertson's dealing with right now. And anytime anyone goes to the ICU for anything, not a good situation.
Can confirm.
Yeah,
it is not
a good situation. So we'll definitely be continuing to monitor that and trying to get as much information as possible. Right. I mean, all types of stuff will probably trickle in within the next few hours. But that's definitely some pretty big, impactful news for this program as they're getting ready for a season, and hopefully everything with Coach Robertson's all right. Hopefully the confirmation that Shane Beamer gave the State newspaper does ring true and that he'll be okay. Anytime you hear head-on collision, not a good sign. Not a good sign,
and not a good thing to have to recover from either. And again, that process is just starting. This accident, obviously, according to reports, happening this morning. So it's going to be a little bit before we get more information. Another newsy item that we need to hit off the top is a potential commitment coming within the next half hour. Five-star offensive lineman Darius Gray will make his college choice decision in mere moments. Should be noted that four-star offensive lineman Kamari Blair flipped yesterday from South Carolina to Tennessee. And so the Gamecocks have 14 commitments in this class, and we'll get into some of those tonight because there are some of them who are playing within the Palmetto State. The Gamecocks are, I would argue, in leaders in the clubhouse right now, but Gray is picking between South Carolina, Clemson, LSU, Ohio State, and Tennessee.
It's a loaded group. That is a loaded group.
And this is a five-star commitment.
And the number one interior offensive lineman in the country, according to On3. This is one of those things, too, where you hope Steve Wilfong is correct because he gave his prediction as to where Darius Gray is going to commit, and he did say his prediction is South Carolina. And I don't know what percentage of what they call Fong bombs hit.
Yes.
But
I was hoping you would be the one to deliver that line.
I'm hoping that it hits at a high enough clip to make all of us feel good about it. Again, I think the commitment ceremony was supposed to be, 7 o'clock? Or the announcement was supposed to be 7 o'clock?
The starts at 7.
Yes. And, of course, starts at 7 can mean we don't get an answer for at least 15 minutes. But that's something we are definitely monitoring because that could be a massive get for Shane Beamer in this program going into future years. This is a program year
Absolutely.
for the Gamecocks right now. If they can have a good season here, retain a lot of the recruiting class that they have, then you feel good about where the program's at going forward, especially when it comes to things like blue chip ratio and a lot of the stuff that matters when it comes to having a team good enough to win college football games. And I will say, as it pertains to the fellow that flipped from South Carolina to Tennessee, the 4-star, plays the same position. It might be a sign that they have intel that he is going to South Carolina. If anything, the flip yesterday, well, you don't like to lose recruits, especially 4-star recruits. It might tell you that playing the same position, he doesn't want to go where that guy goes, right? That makes a whole lot of sense. So that could be, if we're reading tea leaves here, an optimistic sign that Darius Gray decides to play for South Carolina.
Could be that he heard they're going to Nike. And he's like, I don't want anything to do with that Nike stuff. Take me back to Adidas.
Yeah.
With Tennessee. I don't know.
He may be an Adidas brand loyalist.
Could be.
Some people are.
Who's
Not
to say?
many, but
they're out there.
They're far and few in between, but they exist. They're out there somewhere.
We're tracking a lot of great games tonight. Obviously, Irmo is at Oceanside Collegiate. That game is happening, by the way, down at the Citadel. That's where they're playing that game. You have a defending state champion, Oceanside, 3A, going up against a team in 5A at Irmo that was within a whisker of beating Northwestern last year for a state championship. That was the wildest state title game, I think, of the entire weekend. I don't know. Maybe South Florence Westside was. It's close. However, I think it's important, and we need to note that Irmo's without A.J. Brand.
Ain't walking through that door.
And Donovan Murph.
Ain't walking through that door.
Oh, boy. Now, I'm not doubting Coach Brand's ability to, I'm not going to say acquire talent, develop talent. Because we can talk about talent acquisition at the high school level later on tonight when we need to.
I hate that's a sentence that just came out of your mouth.
I can tell you that according to sources, Gaffney has had about 18 to 20 transfers. I didn't know that many people were moving in the upstate.
I'm telling you, the Netflix special, the Netflix series House of Cards, didn't know it was going to be such a tourism draw.
The Peachoid plays. I'm just going to say the Peachoid brings the people. We're going to talk more tonight about new head coaches. I will give you the number of how many new head coaches there are, not only in the state, but in the Midlands. We'll talk about who those are. We'll give you top 10 rankings, and we'll start to look at scores as they start to trickle in here at 7:30 once these games get started. But we do have a couple of new segments that we're getting to tonight and throughout the 2025 season. And so there's no need to hold all of them until later. So I'm going to go ahead and unveil one of them right now. As some of you who follow me on social media know, my 6-year-old niece, Ellie Faith, was diagnosed with DIPG, which is diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, in late May. DIPG is a highly aggressive pediatric brain tumor. And for 2 months, I saw a little girl exhibit unfathomable strength and faith every single day. And I also saw a community that rallied around our family that brought life and hope on very dark days. And our precious Ellie Faith finished her fight against DIPG just a few short weeks ago, about 8 weeks after her diagnosis. And immediately, I knew that I wanted to honor her strength and her faith in that hardest of battles that anyone could ever face. And so for the 2025 season, we on this program are going to be selecting 2 Ellie Faith Fighters of the Night every Friday night. One of those players will be on the field. One of those folks will be a player whose performance that night says, you're the fighter of the night. The other, in cooperation with the organization Meaningful Play, and specifically Ali Otter, who you might hear from later this year as well, the other fighter will be a child in our area that is fighting cancer or another serious pediatric illness. And I'm going to speak for Elijah on this one, but I think he'll agree. We're honored to highlight and raise awareness for these children, for their families, and to rally our high school football community around each of them all season long. There's no greater honor that I have in doing that, and to highlight these children and their families, and to do so in honor and in memory of this precious little girl who has transformed a lot of our lives, and that would be my niece, Ellie Faith. So we'll be back right after this on the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission on the Game. Welcome back into the to the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission. There you go. That's the one time it'll happen. I promise. We're done with that. We do have news.
Oh, we have big news.
We have big news. Shane Beamer tweets, yeah, exclamation point times, Elijah, did you count? 57, 58? I'm setting the over-under.
There's at least 100.
I mean, it's Lil Jon level.
Yeah, all we need is a what?
That's true.
Okay. And then we got a full Lil Jon tweet, but he's 1/3 of the way there.
Five-star offensive lineman Darius Gray has committed to the Gamecocks over Clemson, LSU, Ohio State, and the rest of the country. Makes more sense now why Kamari Blair might have decided, I'm going to go Tennessee.
Yeah, he probably got some news. They might have been a phone call, might have been a few things where reading through the tea leaves probably told you that was going to happen.
I don't really want to go there anymore. It appears to be, I'm not attributing that. I mean, it could be just that Josh Heupel had a really good connection with him. Again,
big Adidas guy.
Another commitment from the state of Virginia.
I'm telling you.
It's almost like Beamer grew up there.
It is. Or it is really well connected with the entire DMV area, right? That's also some fella named Dylan Stewart. Heard of him?
Minor.
Yeah, you might have. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Worth a Google. Worth a YouTube search. Kid can play and came from the same area. Has recruited a lot of really good players from that area. Really outside of the state of South Carolina, the place Shane Beamer recruits best is the DMV. And I'm not talking about the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Yeah, but he could go in there and recruit too.
He probably could. I wouldn't doubt it.
He could go in there and recruit
If the letters are D, M, and V, then Shane Beamer can go in there and sell you on playing for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
By the way, this is not the only big-time offensive lineman. South Carolina does have the number 4 overall recruit from the state of South Carolina out of Carver's Bay, Zion Giles, who is committed to play for the Gamecocks in 2026. It's so weird. I'm saying these guys are going to start playing in 2026. Like, I start to feel really old whenever high school players start committing to play college football somewhere. I start to feel really aged. By the way, we mentioned Jazavian Currents, his South Point Stallions team, falling tonight to Huff 14-10. But again, he did score a touchdown tonight.
He did. 15-yard scamper. Playing at quarterback. He was subbed in at halftime of this game. Came in to play quarterback. Subbed in to play at quarterback because the offense was struggling to move the ball a little bit. Did score a touchdown. Did throw for over 140 yards. Did throw a pick at the end of the game to seal the deal for Huff, but he is not coming to South Carolina to be a quarterback. No. So I think those details, if you are a Gamecock fan, irrelevant. If you're a graduate of South Point or if you are Jadeveon Clowney, it's not the best news because that means you lost.
Right, exactly. And that's the difference. How about we do, and again, kudos to my former partner, Tommy Moody, on this show. You got to give him the media polls. So we do have a new media poll available for you if you're so interested in these things. These are not rankings, nor are they ratings. This is a poll. Actually, this might be a ranking.
I would consider it a ranking as opposed to a rating.
It's not a rating.
Ratings are fueled by numbers. Good differentiation here.
And I prefer ratings.
Ratings are ranked by number, by a specific metric, right? I mean, if we had, every now and then, whenever someone bakes a bunch of cookies, I can have the 107.5 The Game cookie eating rating. That would be usually led by me because I'm eating a lot of them and I have no self-control. So that would be a rate, of order 1 through 10 or how many are involved. That is ordered by the number of cookies eaten.
Correct.
But if we did a power ranking where it's like, oh, well, Elijah has a lot of mess on his face. He might eat a lot of cookies, but he is disgusting. He's a slob. He has zero self-control. Justin Hall is distinguished. We will rank him number 1.
There you go.
So key difference here between rankings and ratings.
I'm the Ohio State or an Indiana, unscathed by any messiness. Let's go to Class 5A first. Remember, this is the final year of this split division nonsense that we're engaged in. No, second to last year. We will do this one more time, and then it gets reset. It's annoying. Class 5A, so these teams might not be playing for a state championship against each other because they could be in 2 different divisions. Dutch Fork, the number 1 team in the preseason media poll with 16 first-place votes, followed by the Somerville Green Wave. Those 2 teams met in a state championship game last year, a very good one. Gaffney, number 3, Northwestern won the state championship over Irmo, who is number 5. The Trojans of Northwestern get a first-place vote. Spartanburg at 6. Greenwood. How about that? Greenwood at 7.
The one surprising team on the list. They're expecting a whole lot this year.
They are. Sumter is at number 8. T.L. Hanna is at 9. And Burns and Ridgeview tied at 10. The others receiving votes. You ready for this? White Knoll, Hillcrest, J.O. Mann, River Bluff, West Florence, Dorman, Berkeley, James Island, Catawba Ridge, Clover, Nation Ford, Boiling Springs. 12.
I think we should expect a lot of parity from spots 6 through 20 in that classification.
By the way, trivia, who's the head coach at Nation Ford?
Would that be one Jake Bentley?
It would be.
Bam!
And I'm just going to put this out here, because that's a head coach conversation in a second. But I'm just going to put this out here as we move on to 4A. Jake Bentley, arguably the most underappreciated quarterback in Gamecock history. Class 4A.
Yes.
South Point, number 1 with 10 first place votes. South Florence comes in at number 2 with 6. West Side, the Rams, at number 3 with 1 first place vote. Hartsville at 4. North Augusta at 5. Daniel at 6. AC Flora at 7, followed by Camden, Bishop England, the Battling Bishops of Bishop England.
God, that's a great nickname. That's great.
They make an appearance later on. They make an appearance later on because not only do they have a great name, but they have a great logo. We'll get into that later. Great Collegiate at number 10. Here's the others receiving votes here in 4A. Seneca, Greer, Wren, Bluffton, May River, Hilton Head Island, Midland Valley, Gilbert, Brooklyn, Casey, Fountain Inn. You have 10 teams ranked and 10 teams also receiving votes. I'm starting to sense a little bit of parity.
I think so. I think you're onto something there.
Brooklyn Casey, by the way, has a new head coach. We'll get into that later.
First time in a long time.
Oceanside Collegiate leads off 3A in the media poll with 12 first place votes. The top 4 teams in 3A have first place votes. Dillon at 2 with 2. BHP, the Bears, with 2. Woodruff at 4 with 1. Mountain View Prep has the 5th place spot. They won their game last night. Loris at 6. Powdersville 7, Newberry 8, Christchurch 9, Orangeburg, Wilkinson 10, Marlborough County, Swansea, Keenan, Broome, Chapman, Aner, Waccamaw, Crescent, and St. Joseph's all receiving votes in 3A. In 2A, defending state champion Clennon, the Clennon Red Devils get 15 first place votes, followed by Fairfield Central at number 2 with a first place vote. How about this? Batesburg, Leesville checking in at number 3 in Class 2A in the preseason media poll after a phenomenal season.
Turnaround season last year.
Hampton County at 4. Chester at 5 with a first place vote. Barnwell at 6. There's a tie at 7 between Manning and the Philip Simmons Iron Horses. I love that name. Sherraw at 9, and Central in Pageland comes in at number 10. Receiving votes, Strom Thurmond, Saluda, Andrew Jackson, Mullins, Woodland, Liberty, Chesney, Timberland, Andrews, 96. 10. So far, I'm just going to fill you in here. We have 10 here, 10 in 4A, that's 20, 29, plus 12 is 41. We have 41 teams who are not ranked, but the media feel they are deserving of votes to be ranked.
Of at least a vote.
There you go. That's our first reference of the program this season. We'll have more of those. 41 additional teams on top of the 40 who are already ranked. Ridiculous. Love it. Class A. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Your taxes are due on April 15th, and Abbeville is a football powerhouse in South Carolina. They check in at number 1 with 13 first-place votes. Cross comes in at number 2 with 3. The Louisville Lions at 3 with 1 first-place vote. And here's the rest of your top 10. Lakeview, Bamberg-Earhart, Lamar, Hunter-Kiner-Tyler, Blackville-Hilda, Johnsonville, and then a tie for 10th between Latta and the Fighting Josh Turners of Hannah-Pamplico.
Oh, that's a pull right there. Josh Turner went to Hannah-Pamplico.
He went to Hannah-Pamplico. He grew up in Hannah, South Carolina. Here are the teams. Elijah's going to fall on the floor because this is not pulled up on his screen, I don't think. Here are the others receiving votes in Class A. Dixie, Calhoun County, Branchville, Baptist Hill, Ridgeland, Lee Central, Hardyville, Ware Shoals, Ridge Spring Monetta, MacB, Carvers Bay, Denmark Oler, Wagner Sally, Whitmire, Great Falls. 15. Woo! 15 teams in Class A receive votes but aren't ranked. 15, which brings our total, quick math, dangerous to do on live radio.
Oh, dangerous game, but I love a dangerous game.
56 teams that are not ranked, but the media feel deserve to be ranked. They ranked 40. So 40 teams are ranked, but 56 additional received votes. I don't know what that tells me. I think what it tells me is the high school league is not top heavy this year. I take that back. It could be top heavy, but it's deep. It's deep. 5 through 10 could just be a bar fight every week.
There could be a lot of cannibalism there
not
on
a bar fight.
Week-to-week basis.
Yeah, not a bar fight because it's high school. A backyard brawl.
A milkshake bar fight.
That'd be an interesting.
Ever been to a milkshake bar? It'll change your life.
Well, I mean, I have been to places that serve milkshakes, and they're delicious. I'm getting into numbers here, and we're waiting. Games are kicking off. Most of them are kicking off in 1 minute from now. Some of them have already kicked off, so we'll get to final scores. We'll get to scores in progress in just a second. But we got to set the table for 2025.
Have to. Give you the expectations.
And we're not done yet. There are 39, by our math, 39 new head coaches. Actually, according to Lou Bajak's math, let me take that back. Uncle Lou provided me that number.
He did it so we didn't have to.
Fill that in on a lot of things when it comes to high school athletics. 39 new head coaches across the state. 13 of them are in the Midlands. And let's talk about them, shall we? Spring Valley has a new head coach, Norman Washington. He is a 2007 alum from Spring Valley. It's his first year there. It's been 2+ years since Spring Valley won an American football game.
Not ideal.
October 14th, 2022, they beat Fort Mill 28-21. They haven't won a game since. They are on a 24-game losing streak heading into their opener tonight against RNE. So that's just one new head coach. We got plenty more to talk about. We got games kicking off now. It's week 1. You might call it week 0. I don't. I call it week 1. More of the High School Scoreboard Show coming up on the game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission right here on The Game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. 803-404-6100 if you want to hit us on the phone lines. If you're at a game, you want to update us on that, that'd be great. We'd love to hear from that. That's kind of where our bread is buttered, really. I mean, it's the actual games are being played. Those are important. And I don't even care if you call it week 0. I'll just go ahead and say it. You can call it week 0 if you want, as long as you give us a call. Or you can tweet at us or X us, post it. I don't know. What do they call that now?
Sounds better. Exa sounds sinister.
Borderline. Yeah. Did I tell you what Tyler asked me today when I did my hit with him? By the way, I used to do that at 1:30, and then you guys decided to just switch programs on me and switch your schedules.
It's kind of like a good flea flicker.
There you go.
I'm not in mid-season form. This is week 0 for the 0th week form.
0th week for Elijah. No. Tyler asked me when I was on with him what kind of debauchery we're going to get into this season. I'm like, brother, that's a strong word. That's a strong word.
Tyler, I'll try to keep my shirt on throughout this entire 4-hour program.
But he is interested in that one thing, the one thing that we're going to announce a little bit later. He's really interested in that by the tease that I gave at 10:15. So you can catch me.
Yes.
You can catch me on the Extra Point 10:15 every Friday morning this season to talk 5 or so games that we're looking forward to. And then odds are Tyler will ask me a question about the upcoming South Carolina football game, as is usual. And I can't wait till the Missouri week when I get to, dance on Eli Drinkwitz a little bit because I stand on business.
Again. Yeah, hopefully that happens again.
All right, we were talking before the break about new head coaches. There are 13 of them just in the Midlands alone, 39 of them across the state. Kemper Amick starts at American Leadership Academy. Rodney Barr is at C.A. Johnson. Stephen Burris is at Westwood. He won 18 games in 2 seasons at Lamar and makes the move to Westwood. So a good pickup there, in my opinion. Westwood was 6-6 last year. They actually made it to the second round of the playoffs, which is the most wins for the program since 2019 and the first time they won a playoff game.
Successful.
Yeah, exactly. Lewis Clyburn taking over at Brooklyn Casey. Spoiler, he's on the program next week.
That's a tease right there.
They don't play tonight. And when I was talking to him on the phone, I said, Coach, I just want to thank you for respecting numbers.
The sanctity of math.
And the sanctity of math. My thing is, if we're going to call it week, just call it week 1 and say everyone who's not playing this week is taking a bye.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
That's when I jot down my prep sheet and I write down the top 10 for each classification. Mm-hmm. I'll put who they're playing this week. And for week 0, I just put bye. It's a bye. Right. It's a bye week.
This is important. This is at Brooklyn Casey. They are, if you're watching on YouTube, they are that way. Rusty Sharpia was there before Coach Clyburn. Rusty is the winningest coach in Brooklyn Casey football history. And the South Carolina High School League actually handed down some sanctions at the beginning of his tenure due to some violation of practice rules type stuff. Some of the sanctions. One of the sanctions, Elijah, was that Clyburn was suspended for half the season. Those are lifted.
I was going to say for the
They
new
appealed and it got lifted.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if punishing the new coach who did not.
Well, they said that it was a violation of spring practice rules.
A spring practice rules.
I'll get more info on that Tuesday. Do you have a guess who the offensive coordinator is for the Brooklyn Casey Bearcats in the year of our Lord 2025?
Would that be David Cutcliffe?
It would not be.
Dang.
But you're on the right track.
Oh,
you're on the right track.
Lineage here,
yeah.
What you're alluding to.
Yeah. Uh-huh. No, not Steve Spurrier.
Oh,
wouldn't that be something?
Closer. I was getting closer. I'll give you 2 guesses. I'll give you 2 more to give you 3 total. Okay.
It's not David Cutcliffe.
Not David Cutcliffe. Not David Cloninger.
No, although he would relish the opportunity, I'm sure.
Oh, he would love that.
DC would love that.
Yeah, he would eat that up. Is it a former Gamecock?
Yes.
Is it a former Gamecock quarterback?
No.
Former Gamecock wide receiver?
No.
So
this person was on staff.
Oh, was on staff.
Mm-hmm. This person was an offensive coordinator.
Oh, man. Marcus Satterfield.
Brooklyn Casey won't score a point. No.
They won't get a playoff.
G.A. Mangus.
Oh, wow. Okay.
G.A. Mangus.
And it's been a while since I've heard that name.
Well, he ventured into the XFL a little bit, and then that tanked. The league, not him, but that tanked. And so now he's the offensive coordinator and associate athletic director at Brooklyn Casey.
Oh, that's amazing.
And have a sophomore
Good for him.
quarterback so he can mold. You know, he played for Steve at Florida.
Right.
And then coached under Steve and coached Connor and Dylan and Garcia, not in that order. I mean,
that's a
guy can coach some quarterbacks.
He can coach quarterbacks. So if you're that sophomore quarterback, young man, you soak in everything you can. Be a sponge.
And the former head coach at C.A. Johnson is their D coordinator. That's a staff.
They've got it. Yeah.
That's a staff.
I think the Bearcats have them a staff.
Now they're going to take their lumps this year, no question. Corey Helms, former Gamecock,
Another former Gamecock.
is a head coach at Pillion. He moves over from Cardinal Newman. That Cardinal Newman team put up points.
They would give Hammond a run for their money. Not a lot of teams give Hammond runs for their money.
Not many of them. Jarvis Littlejohn is the new head coach at Lugoff Elgin. He takes over for Leon Bulware.
And his first play from snap tonight against Lower Richland, they got the ball first, and pocket collapses immediately, fumble. They recover their own fumble at their own 2-yard line. So now it's 3rd and 26 for his first drive as the head coach at Lugoff Elgin.
I love that. Jarrett Neely is the new head coach at Keenan. They just took the interim tag off of him, so he's full-time. Perry Parks, name might sound familiar.
A little bit.
River Bluff, now, was at Ridgeview, then went to UNC Charlotte, then went to Coastal, his alma mater. Now he's back in the high school ranks. Went 44-24 in 6 seasons at Ridgeview and led them to an upper state championship game in 2019. Jared Shaw takes over at Cardinal Newman, and Greg Warner is the head coach at Saluda. And Stuart Young is the new head coach at Lexington. They got their first win of the Stuart Young era.
Yeah, 23-7.
Over Gilbert, 23-7 winners there at Gilbert America. I did leave off one because I will end it with there's a new head coach at Airport, and that is Chris Napier. One of the latest hires in the cycle, by the way. He didn't take over until May.
Yeah, tough spot.
May.
Didn't get a spring.
This is his first head coaching job. He was an assistant principal at Newberry High School last year, but was an offensive consultant for the team. He was on the River Bluff coaching staff 2 years ago and has been an assistant football coach at the high school and college level in 4 different states, including LaGrange College in Georgia. Of course, Airport went 2-9 last season and are looking for their first winning season since 2019.
And May River didn't do them any favors last night because that one was a 37-8 blowout, so there will be some learning curves.
I will tell you it was 13-8 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
The middle 8 will cost you. Gotta handle the middle.
Lightning will do it.
Lightning in the middle 8 will cost you.
And to that point, Napier's taken over for our buddy Shane Fiddler, who is now the athletics director at White Knoll High School. I'm going to go ahead and let you know he's going to be on the program next week too.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. That's not really a tease. That's not really a tease. And who knows how long in which he will. Who knows how long he'll join us? A segment, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Show? Who knows?
Who knows? Might be here all night.
It's up to him. Whenever he gets the bat signal to go home, might be when.
Who's to say? Now, there used to be a thing where if he lost, he had to sleep on the floor.
Competitor, football guy.
I wonder, his wife instituted that rule.
Football guy.
Football family. I wonder if that's still the thing as an athletics director. Like if any of his teams lose.
Ooh.
That's a heavy burden to bear.
That is heavy. That's better than Fran Brown, the head coach at Syracuse, not showering after losses because winners take showers,
Fair.
right? His wife better be lucky or consider themselves lucky that they won 9 games last year because that would have been a really smelly household.
It would have been. And
stinky.
Yeah, would not have been fun. We do have scores. We have scores, ladies and gentlemen. We have scores. And they include the Wren Golden Hurricanes. Do we have the fun music?
Oh, we absolutely have the fun music. This one's not a score. I think Sean Payton inspired a lot of people whenever he had an onside kick to start the second half of the Super Bowl for my beloved New Orleans Saints. Greatest night of my life.
Fair enough.
R&E tried that to start the game against Spring Valley, and Spring Valley recovers. When being Sean Payton goes wrong.
Well, Nick Saban did that too, not at the start of a half or the game, but he had a surprise onside kick. Carolina did that last year against Alabama. When it works, you're a genius.
Yep.
When it doesn't work, to start a game against a team who hasn't won in 2+ years.
I kind of dig it in a way.
Do you feel the need to do that, though? Are you setting the tone?
How good do you feel about your team winning the rest of the game?
If I'm R&E, Will Wilson's not walking through that door.
That's true.
So, I mean, I'm not going to ascribe that to high school students because they're students first, unlike collegiate athletics now. most of these kids will go pro in something other than sports.
Right, the original NCAA tagline.
The original NCAA tagline. Now it's just they're going pro while doing sports. I'm okay with it, I guess. If Carolina does that on Sunday the 31st, I'm going to rip my hair out.
I'm going to laugh in that press box like a hyena.
Have you ever been to Mercedes-Benz?
Once for a Saints-Falcons game.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I've never been for a football game. I went for a concert.
Okay.
Coldplay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Did not get called on the kiss cam.
I was getting ready to say that's been a little bit of a touchy subject this summer.
This was before that.
Some.
This was before that.
Yeah.
No, went with
Congrats for going to a Coldplay concert. Well, it
went with my wife.
Any controversy.
Yeah, went with my wife.
Yes, with the person you're supposed to be there.
Yes,
with.
went to a Braves game the night before. It's when the Braves actually won baseball games. They don't do that anymore.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. Actually, it's part of an 11-game win streak they had or something like that. It's crazy. Went to that concert. Beautiful stadium, huge. I've never seen a building that big in my life. It's a cathedral. It's wild. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We have scores to wrap up hour number 1 of the whole entire season. We'll do that next here on the High School Scoreboard Show on the Game. Welcome into the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission. On the game, Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. We're tracking a bunch of different games that are in progress. Many precincts are now reporting as we are 20 minutes past start time for most of these. Phone lines are open, 803-404-6100. If you would like to ring us up there, give us an update from the games that you are at. I can give you a few scores. Catawba Ridge leads Chapin 7-0. We want to thank Mark for that one. Mark, back again.
Welcome back, Mark. Oh, man, it feels good. We got the gang back together. Everybody's going to start calling in. We're going to get everybody. Oh, man, I'm juiced.
Warm and fuzzy.
Oh.
And get this. Because there is a game tomorrow night, Farmageddon, in Dublin.
Yes.
At high noon here, which is like 7 p.m. there, I think, or 6. I can't remember.
7 hours ahead.
Yeah, they're about 7 hours ahead. So, but this is the start. This is the start. That a week from now, folks, on these screens in front of me, Auburn and Baylor will be playing.
Oh, that
weird.
Sneaky good week 1 game.
Colorado and Georgia Tech will also be playing.
Another sneaky good game. Interesting game. I don't know if it'll be a good game. I think Georgia Tech might roll them.
Georgia Tech is going to play for the ACC championship this year.
That's not a hot take. I like that. I'm convinced. I'm a Brent Key believer. I believe in coaches. I believe in programs. I believe in what Brent Key's doing at Georgia Tech.
I know we're a high school program, but I had to get that in.
That's a good one.
I'll make predictions about who's going to play for state championships here, too. I'll do that in hour number 2. I don't have a problem. I can do that right now if you want. I'm not scared. I am kind of. Lower Richland.
Scared of my own shadow.
Lower Richland's playing Lugoff Elgin tonight. That one, if you're in Columbia, that's the TV game on these parts. By the way, South Florence and West Florence is the TV game in the PD. But Lugoff Elgin rocking some gray jerseys.
They look slick.
They look slick with the red helmets. And I really like Lower Richland with the numbers on the side and the diamonds down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Own your tradition.
Yes.
Lower Richland used to not be the Diamond Hornets. They used to just be the Diamonds. Own it. I'm serious about this. Go back to what made you.
I like that.
I was talking to somebody in the building coming in. You know, there's a lot of players that played here in different sports locally that had such a big impact. Jermaine O'Neal at Eau Claire, B.J. Mackey at Air Irmo, Deuce Staley at Airport. You know, own that tradition. You know what I mean? Own it.
Absolutely.
Own it.
It's part of what made you.
And if you're South Florence, own the fact that you had both Sellers boys playing for you. They aren't now.
Change your name to the South Florence Sellers.
But it doesn't matter because South Florence is leading West Florence 20-0 with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I just want to know what the hell's happened. How'd that happen so fast? I figured South Florence would beat them pretty well. I didn't know it'd be 20-0 this fast.
Did you know South Florence only has 3 home games this year? They play 10.
Why?
I asked Coach Marlowe why. I said, who'd you upset? He's like, I don't know. And their 3 home games. Help me. Their 3 home games are Hartsville, Crestwood, and Fort Dorchester. Why do I feel like those are right? I'm going to check that.
You might be. I'm pulling it up as we speak. That is so. Really, you can have your home opener, homecoming, senior night. Those are your only games.
That's it. Those are your games. Yes. Hope you enjoy it. Now,
sinful. They're this year's Road Warriors. It was Burns last year because they just didn't have a stadium. So they played all of their games on the road. This one is not because they don't have a stadium.
Correct. It's just because they scheduled only 3 home games. And I really don't understand. I'm looking for a few more scores here.
According to Max Preps, they have Northwestern at home on September 5th.
There it is. That's the third one.
Crestwood at home.
And Hartsville.
September 19th. And then Hartsville to end the year on senior night.
They went to Kellytown last year, and Hartsville hung 50 on them.
Not a lot of people go to Kellytown and survive.
You don't just walk into Kellytown on a Friday night.
No one just walks into Kellytown and gets wins.
You have,
you survive Kellytown.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing you can do. We have a couple final scores from last night that I do want to get to before we pass them like ships in the night. Quarterback Roper Winsky of the AC Flora Falcons, a.k.a. the Fighting Tommy Moody's, as they will be henceforth known in these neck of the woods. Roper Winsky, 3 touchdown passes. Two of them to Kendall Bird.
Kid can sling it. We talked a lot about that offense last year, putting up points.
Yeah,
they did pretty well.
Underrated team. Be careful. Could be the year for them. Pillion won 35-0 over Williston Elko. How about this one? Swansea 49, Mid Carolina 7.
Swansea picking up where they left off. Had a little bit of a revival year last year, and then no better way to start another program year than by taking somebody to the woodshed. I don't care who it is.
Dante Caldwell ran for 104 yards last night. Pretty good night for him. Heathwood Hall, 14-0 over the Fighting Josh Turners of Hannah Pamplico.
A shutout to start the year. Not bad.
And we mentioned this one, Airport Falls to May River, 37-8. That game was 13-8 at one point. The Camden Bulldogs lead the White Knoll Timberwolves 13-7 in a resumption of last night's game. Rock Hill leads River Bluff 7-0. Oceanside leads Irmo 6-0.
They strike first. That's one of the games we keep an eye on all night.
Oh, boy. And at last check, Wren over Palmetto 7-0. If you're in the upstate and you're the Hurricanes, I'm good with it. The Blue Flame of Pickens and the Easley Green Wave are tied at 7. No score up in Gaffney at last check. And most of these games are going no score showing on my screen. So I'm going to hit the refresh button, and we're going to find out if these games have changed at all. 13-0 Wren. Here we go. Gaffney leads Independence of Charlotte 14-7.
Will they play a normal football game this year?
They could, maybe.
This one, 14-7 is a normal score.
HKT's up on Allendale Fairfax 14-0. Johnsonville leads Chesterfield 14-0. Sherrall, the Braves, lead the McBee Panthers 14-0, a.k.a. the Fighting Rick Henrys.
Aha, that's right.
Marlboro County is leading in their ball game 14-0 as well. McBee's known for two things, peaches and Rick Henry.
A good two things to be known for.
True. And playing really good football, too, I suppose. I guess that's another thing they're known for. Hour number 1 of the 2025 season is in the books. Hour number 2 coming up on the High School Scoreboard Show on the game. Welcome back in hour number 2 of the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission. On the game, Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. 803-404-6100 is where you can get us on the phone lines. We've got some games here that are a bit surprising. Boiling Springs is up on Greer 10-0. Last check, Northwestern has a 2-score lead on Spartanburg early on.
A little surprising. I thought Spartanburg would hang in there. That's a ranked matchup.
It's slightly surprising, right? Because Northwestern rolled last year.
Yeah. Spartanburg number 6, though.
Yeah.
Separated by 2 spots in the rankings.
Thought it'd be I'm with you. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. But again, we're in the first half. Wilson leads Conway 13-3. Keenan leads Drea 8-0.
Ooh, yeah. On a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown. So a big play getting that thing started.
Nation Ford and Blythewood tied at 7 in the first quarter. I want to revisit this idea because this is Nation Ford. Oh, by the way, real quick, I saw this during the break. I just gave you some scores. I do want to mention this is now, we have an official statement from Coach Shane Beamer regarding Travian Robertson's situation. Quote, Travian Robertson was involved in a car accident this morning. He is currently in the hospital in stable condition. We expect him to make a full recovery and be back out on the field soon. Please keep the families of those involved in the accident in your prayers and respect the Robertson family's privacy during this time. End quote. So there you go. That's that. I just want to get that out of the way.
Stable conditions, good news.
It is. And again, I know we're a high school show, but I want to get the news kind of there. Make sure you hear it, and we...
This broke within the last 90 minutes.
It did. It broke right before we came on the air.
Yeah.
Well, it would be like signing off and then the team signing a deal with Nike. Like, oh, I missed that.
Yeah. May or may not have happened to me 24 plus hours ago.
Or everyone pretty much being done with the day, and then the SEC goes, oh, yeah, we're going to 9 games.
See, that's the thing about moving to mornings. I don't have the luxury of being able to break the news.
You get to react solely.
I get to react a little bit after the fact, even if I already have my entire show planned.
Oh, my friend. Get ready for Monday morning. Are you here on Labor Day?
Yep. I will be in Atlanta covering the game. And then we'll be driving through the night. I'll probably won't leave that stadium until 9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah, game's at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it won't be over till 6.
Yeah.
Ish.
And then press conference, about an hour. All the post work.
I missed that a little bit.
It's fun.
When I covered in 17, I missed that a little bit.
But I'm going to have to invest in a lot of caffeine.
I don't miss that.
I'm going to say, because I get up at 4 in the morning for my show each morning, the early game. Catch it here. And
who gets here first, you or Preston?
Mostly me. It's a competition between the two of us.
Good job.
I wanted to make sure that I'm beating Preston in the building. I got an edge on him right now. He's beaten me a couple times, but I've got a little bit of an advantage right now.
Good for you.
I need to keep a tally. That way I can definitively, with a little more evidence, say so. But right now we can just take my word for it.
But to be fair, your Monday morning show on September the 1st could either be really fun or not so fun.
Yeah.
Or not so fun. Even after wins, it might not be fun, by the way. See Old Dominion.
Yeah. It depends on how you win. Well, especially when you have a lot of expectations that might center around something called the college football playoff.
Yeah. We'll track that here, by the way, as the season rolls, as we always do.
Yeah.
Woodruff is up on Clinton. How about that? 7-0. First quarter.
Wow.
Early.
That's a little surprising.
It's early.
Woodruff ranked start the season.
Yeah. Clinton, though, defending state champions.
Honestly, sneaky good game.
Catawba Ridge holding a 1-score lead at 7-0 over Chapin. Catawba driving at the 10-yard line of the Eagles. Thank you to Mark for sending us that. I wonder who's calling first down, second down, and third down plays. Is that what we do now in high school football too? Do we just let each person on the staff call a play? Yeah, you call it on first down, you call it on second down, you can call it on third down. My one takeaway
Hugh Freeze.
My one takeaway from the SEC documentary is that Hugh Freeze reminds me of an aging TV televangelist who just doesn't care anymore.
Okay, I have not heard anybody describe Hugh Freeze like that.
But you saw the motivational speeches that he was giving on a couple of those episodes, right? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen a lot of the Auburn one. I saw a lot of the clips that come from South Carolina. Admittedly, have not watched a ton of the series.
Okay, it's a really well done series. It's really well done. I mean, the main focuses are South Carolina and Vanderbilt for what it's worth. But again, Auburn will be fun.
Two of the most interesting stories. If you want to make a good show, you find the good stories, and
especially
those are the
from
good
last
stories.
season. They even had one on Arkansas. Remember you remember the Arkansas Tennessee game?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Let's go to the phone lines, 803-404-6100. We got an update on Hammond and Christchurch. Kale has the early lead in the phone line wars tonight, and he has us again. What you got for us?
What's up, guys? Calling you guys from Greenville, South Carolina at Carson Stadium at Christchurch Episcopal. You know what, guys? Last year, at the end of the first quarter, Hammond and Christchurch had combined for 28 points just at the end of the first quarter. Today, at the end of the first quarter, they combined for 0. Only 3 first downs have been picked up the entire quarter, and one of them was because of a penalty. So if we're not counting penalties, each team only has 1 first down.
Defense really good, offense really bad, question mark. Which one is it? Question mark.
I would say it's a little mix of both. There's been a couple overthrown passes, but the defense for both teams has been everywhere, especially the linebacker core that I mentioned. Bob Hammond have been astounding so far.
All right. That's that John Wheeler defense, but
That is, yeah. Adjustments that need to be made for both teams so far to be able to get some offense going.
Oh, hold on. Bubba Alexander gets a huge gain to the 25 of Christchurch, so that's a pretty good start if you're a Skyhawks fan.
That is, he spoke into existence.
Well, maybe I didn't. I think there's a flag. So.
That's why we always have to stay even keeled.
Until
adjustment-wise, I would definitely say, at least for Hammond, running the ball has worked out the most for them right now, especially because it's a sloppy field, and they have had a couple times where they have dropped passes or they've had trouble just keeping the ball in their hands. So that's what I think, at least for Hammond. For Christchurch, you know, their wide receivers can't really get open. I don't think they've had a completed pass yet.
Wow. Well, we appreciate it, Kale. That's a fun one to keep up with, especially a defensive struggle like that. And we look forward to hearing more from you tonight from the upstate and then wherever you're going to be over the next, how many weeks do we do this? 12?
12? Yeah.
13?
Well, that's 12 before playoffs.
That's true.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Kale. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, I got an update here from Jed Blackwell from the upstate. According to the Twitters. X, sorry.
That's Twitter to me. This show is a Twitter truther show.
Kane Rogers, 3 big completions on an 80-yard drive. The biggest, a 42-yard completion to Nicholas Watson. They got in. First touchdown at Nixon Field belongs to Trey Segarra. Pretty important. Gamecocks are pursuing him. 7-0 Burns over T.L. Hanna. 8:19 to go in the second quarter.
Fighting Marcus Lattimore's.
Yes. And you're getting to my point. A game like this in the first week of the season is so great for South Carolina high school athletics. You not only have the tradition of Burns, Bobby Bentley, Marcus Lattimore, you name it, even friend of the program, J.C. Schubert, played there as well.
Okay, did not know that.
Yeah. Big Burns guy. Here's the other thing. T.L. Hanna, radio.
Yeah. Oh, this game is like the classic.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
If you just moved to South Carolina and you want to see 2 traditional powerhouse programs play each other.
Helmet game.
Yes. Arguably one of the better helmet games you can conjure up if you're taking in the totality of South Carolina high school football.
Agreed.
This would have been a good one that if I just moved here for me to go to and experience.
Agreed. Of the upstate teams, this is probably your best bet. Traditional powers that be in upstate football. I'm trying to think. Dorman, Gaffney.
Definitely
Spartanburg.
Gaffney, the Fighting City Rices.
Yeah. Spartanburg was the hotbed up there for a while. The Greenville side didn't have much. In the Midlands, because now I'm on the subject of helmet games.
Oh, I love a helmet game.
Because a helmet game in college football is Texas and Alabama.
Yeah.
That's a helmet game.
Or even when the teams aren't very good, like a Nebraska-Miami. Even if the teams
Miami
aren't
of Florida.
Currently. Yeah, Miami of Florida. Yes, not Miami, Ohio in the 70s, they were a big deal at the FCS ranks.
Helmet game. Marshall, West Virginia.
Love it.
That's a helmet game.
Great uniform matchup.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know who Chad Pennington is.
It's fair.
I've heard of Randy Moss.
I've heard of him.
Byron Leftwich.
Being carried down the field.
All-time great college football moment.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the history over there at Marshall.
That's true.
Football tradition.
I'm just going to rivalry games, though. Like Georgia-Auburn.
Yeah, the
Auburn's
oldest.
not really good.
Yeah, the oldest in the South.
Right.
Or they call that the South's oldest rivalry?
Southern Cal, Notre Dame.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, the Golden Shillelagh.
They don't play anymore.
About to not, because Lincoln Riley's terrified.
Lincoln Riley's scared of anything that resembles competition. That's why he went to the Big Ten. Anyway.
And still isn't winning.
And still. Well, they lost every single one-possession game. That's hard to do.
That is. Yes.
That takes talent.
That's
Give
where,
him credit.
if it happens again this year, it's like is it a luck problem or a you problem?
The Loris Lions lead Green Sea Floyds 28-0.
Well, that got out of hand quickly.
28-0. Calhoun Academy leads Northside Christian 7-0. Gaffney up on Independence 14-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Okay, big game right there. Independence, good program in North Carolina.
By the way, the Braves are honoring the 1995 World Series champions tonight.
You got to honor somebody who's winning at that ballpark.
True, but do you know who threw out the first pitch?
It'd be really funny if it was somebody like Kirby Puckett or or a Braves killer of the past, just to exercise some demons.
Give me one of the Minnesota Twins.
Jack Morris throwing out the first pitch.
John Smoltz.
Ah, nice. Okay.
And Greg Maddux. And Tom Glavine. All three of them threw out the first pitch. Can they warm up?
I was hoping they only had one catcher to try catch all three.
Knowing those guys, they'd all put it in the glove at the same time. And it would fit.
Just give the catcher a really big mitt.
I mean, those are three of the greatest pitchers in Major League Baseball history.
It is.
In my opinion.
On the same staff.
Not to mention Steve Avery was really good too.
He was, and he's the forgotten guy.
That says something about how good they were.
It was.
Emphasis on war. Not really anymore.
Not anymore.
No. Chester. Okay. This is according to Twitter. I don't know how true this is, so fact check it at your own.
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
According to Abraham Lincoln.
Have we learned anything? Yeah, according to Abraham Lincoln, if it's on the internet, it is factually correct.
Chester just kicked its first field goal in 3 years.
Okay.
And leads Lancaster 3-0.
I need some context.
That's according to the News and Reporter from the Upstate, Chester News and Reporter, Chester County's only newspaper, Mr. Campbell.
Oh, boy, I need to check in with my Chester sources on that.
Do you have Chester sources?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
North Central
Nearest family. A lot of them in Chester, so.
Oh, well, they would know.
They would know. So I'm going to have to send some texts out. I got to do some Big J journalism work here on the program.
Smoke signals. Send out a bird, carrier pigeon.
That's right. Yeah, I got one just chilling out here.
There you go. North Central leads Great Falls 14-0 as it stands right now. Looking for a few others here. Wren, the Golden Hurricanes, up on Palmetto, 14-0. Easily, and Pickens tied at 7. Is there a better mascot than the Blue Flame?
Hard to beat.
Hard to say. I drove past that stadium one time. Pickens is in the very geography time. Pickens is in the very northwestern corner of the state. Not much else up there.
No.
It's a decent stadium. It's down in a hole. Like,
oh, I kind of dig that.
You play in a valley. White Knoll does the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Wolf Den.
But this one has much more concrete.
Maybe not as aesthetically pleasing as the Wolf Den.
I couldn't see into the stadium. I just knew it was there because of the concrete.
If you're not careful where you're stepping, you'll fall into it.
It's true.
We got a score. Laura Richland matches Lugoff Elgin's touchdown drive with a touchdown of their own, but the extra point was doinked. 7-6. Lugoff Elgin still leads.
At least
second quarter.
At least it wasn't double doinked.
It wasn't double doinked. It was a single doink.
That's okay.
But Laura Richland missed their chance to tie this thing up. But Lugoff Elgin keeping a 1-point lead in the second quarter. A lot of football left.
A lot of football left to go. A lot of football left to go. Looking for a few other scores. I will give you this. Burns is, of course, still leading 7-0. And as you just mentioned, Lugoff Elgin up 7-6 over the Diamond Hornets right now. And that's probably the game of the night in the Midlands.
Yeah, in terms of competition, yeah. Got a little bit of clarification.
Okay.
Because we were talking earlier about, oh, wow, Northwestern taking a pretty sizable lead early against Spartanburg, and we were kind of wondering, how that might have happened. That would be because Spartanburg had it at the Northwestern 2 before an Amarian Cole pick 6 that went 98 yards to the house. That's how it became a 13-0 game.
That makes sense.
That was with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. So we've gotten a couple big plays. If you want to talk about explosives, we had a 90-plus yard punt return for Keenan to get the scoring started against Dreer. And they got the 2-point conversion, too. Clutch. So they got up 8-0. And now we have a 98-yard pick six in Northwestern Spartanburg to give Northwestern a 2-score lead.
Cardinal Newman is playing St. Joseph's Catholic tonight. I'm going to read you this latest update from the official St. Joseph's Catholic Knights Twitter account. Jack Stewart runs for 15, and Mac Rambo bursts through the right side for 40 and a touchdown.
Hell of a name.
21-7, first quarter. If I have an individual running at me named Mac Rambo, I'm stepping aside. I'm making a business decision.
Especially if he looks anything like Sylvester Stallone.
If he talks like Sylvester Stallone, even more.
Hey, get out of my way. Yeah, I could work on that.
Workshop it.
No, we'll workshop it a little bit.
Workshop that.
Probably workshop it before you go on air with it. But, kids, we learn lessons every day.
No, you work it out as you do it. You gotta put it out there, right? I haven't put out my Lou Holtz impression on the air yet.
I can't wait.
Did you see his interview with Savell Newton? Savell asked him about the Catholics versus convicts thing at Notre Dame and Miami.
Classic football game.
And Lou's response was, I didn't understand that. That's not totally true. Not all of our players were Catholic. Whoop.
Not of our, but it is a Catholic school, Lou.
Yes, but you see his point. They might not all have been Catholic. Yeah, you get it. You get it.
But he didn't address the convicts part for Miami.
Bingo.
The subtlety.
The circle gets the square.
That's right.
And there you go. There's my first Lou Holtz little step.
That's good. Maybe at one point this year, once we're in midseason form, we can get you to read all the scores in the Lou Holtz voice.
Oh, it doesn't really matter what's happening. These teams are all fantastic. They put their pants the same way we do.
Oh, you got the cadence down too.
It's all in the cadence. I learned that from Eric Kimry, by the way. Eric Kimry does the best Lou Holtz impression I've ever heard.
You think we could get Eric Kimry now?
On a Friday night.
He's not coaching in the state of South Carolina, but
he is at Tennessee. He's at Baylor.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
I could probably get it recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know enough guys who played in that era.
Preston Thorne maybe has a good one.
Oh, I don't know. He's got stories. You got to unlock those in the morning, man. That'll make your morning. I'll share that one off air. We mentioned a new segment coming to the program every week now, the Ellie Faith Fighter of the Night, and we'll get to our first one. Really excited about that. We have another addition to the program. Elijah and I like to do what we call a preseason meeting, and that's typically done in an establishment in which you can have something scattered, smothered, and covered. And the best ideas come
getting hungry.
The best ideas come from that. And we're sitting and we're chatting. And it came to our mind that, next year is the 250th anniversary of this great nation. And I was in history class at one point, and I fancy myself a bit of a nerd when it comes to history things. Some would say a history buff, but no, I'm just a nerd.
Yeah, I'm not buff enough to be a history buff. I need to hit the weight room a little bit harder to earn that type of
as you
distinction.
recite the Gettysburg Address, of course.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's how you count your reps. It's not like one full rep like on the bench press. It's how many times you can recall the Gettysburg Address as you are.
It's actually one of the shortest speeches in American history, so that helps. Again, there you go, nerd. But South Carolina played an outsized pivotal role in the American Revolution, and one could argue they do the same thing in many things still, including college football. For example, 2 Heisman candidates, frontrunners, are quarterbacks in the state.
Doing it this year.
In many lists, the state of South Carolina has 4 of the top 10 best players in the country. That's crazy. But we also had Revolutionary War generals.
A lot of them, most of the battles in the Revolutionary War fought here in the great state of South Carolina.
They probably shot at each other where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I mean this whole street right here, no stranger to major American wars.
Named after one of them. Anyway, not the point. But we do have 4. We picked 4. Andrew Pickens, Francis Marion, Thomas Sumter, and William Moultrie. And I thought, what could we do with this? And Elijah said, aha, we could make our own league. I thought, interesting.
This is my type of realignment.
This is realignment. So here's the rules. Here's the rules as we wrote them. And if it goes south, it's not our fault. Either the players or the coaches or the referees screwed it up. Okay. Now, we're looking at where these generals led battles and then adding the teams that are around that to the division. I'm about to pop this out on social media, by the way.
Oh, this is great. I've been waiting for this.
I think you'll like the standings graphics. The Andrew Pickens, General Andrew Pickens had battles at Cowpens.
One of the most famous ones.
It's one of the most famous ones. The painting is hanging up in the State House. He also had a battle at 96 and Utah Springs. Francis Marion was at Sullivan's Island, the Siege of Savannah, the Siege of Charleston. William Moultrie had battles at Fort Sullivan as well, along with the Battle of Beaufort and Charleston. Thomas Sumter fought battles at Camden, Orangeburg, and Fort Granby. So, to that point,
what are the high schools they represent?
We go to the graphic that I will be tweeting out momentarily. Let me pull it up on my phone here because
we're going to be efforting a industry term, efforting a trophy for these winners as well.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
They don't know they're playing for this. This is the best part.
They have no idea.
They didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this type of competition. This is just a high school football scoreboard show, a Cottman transmission high school football scoreboard show original.
Yes.
This is a competition that we have laid out that the participants that are in it do not know they are playing for.
And this crosses classification lines. These teams might never play each other.
Probably won't.
Probably won't. Some of them do. Can confirm. Some of them will. We're calling it the Patriot League.
Ah, yes. Not the one with Colgate and Bucknell.
No.
And Navy and basketball.
No. This is the Mel Gibson Patriot League.
Yes. The Mel
Aim
Gibson
small,
and
miss
Heath
small.
Ledger. Yeah.
Aim small, miss small. Great movie. Great.
Fantastic film.
All right. So the William Moultrie division has the following teams: Beaufort.
Love it.
Philip Simmons, the Iron Horses.
Oh, great name, too.
The Wando Warriors.
Oh,
the Fighting Jamie Bradfords. And the Somerville Green Wave.
Ah, the Fighting Preston Thorns.
Yes. Yes. Bring this up on Monday morning. The Andrew Pickens division has 96. Fought a battle there.
Kind of named after the fort.
Dorman.
The British had.
Yeah. Dorman, not very far, by the way, from the Battle of Cowpens Field. Like, I think an exit away.
Woo.
Not far.
Which means that was probably the field they play football on was probably utilized.
Probably. Spartanburg.
Classic.
And because it's the name, Pickens.
Makes sense.
The Blue Flame.
I think we would be remiss if we did not include Pickens.
I would agree with that. The Francis Marion division has Marion.
Ah, yes, Francis Marion, my favorite of the gentlemen here.
Very nice.
From everything I've read.
James Island.
Okay. Their first game got canceled.
Hilton Head Island. Yeah, moved.
Moved to Monday. Yeah, we still could talk about it tonight.
Hilton Head Island.
Okay.
And the Battling Bishops of Bishop England.
Oh, I love alliteration.
And the graphic has the Battling Bishop with the boxing gloves.
Oh, you're kidding.
Notre Dame might take down the fist. We put them up.
We put them up. That's right. You got to have the wide stance. They don't call them the running Irish.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
They're my dark horse to win a national championship this year. Thomas Sumter division. Sumter.
Love it, naturally. Anytime they are the Gamecocks because of Thomas Sumter, the same way the South Carolina Gamecocks are the Gamecocks because of Thomas Sumter. Again, another one of those we'd be remiss if we did not include the Sumter Gamecocks in this.
Can confirm. The Orangeburg Wilkinson Bruins for fighting in Orangeburg. He fought at the Battle of Camden, so we have the Camden Bulldogs.
Have to.
And he fought at the Battle of Fort Granby. Fort Granby is right there.
Skip, hop, and a jump.
Casey. So Brooklyn Casey.
Oh, I love
is
that.
In this. So those are the 16 teams.
And a Brooklyn Casey, they play at a stadium they call
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox on Knox Abbott.
Love it.
Really, that one serendipitously came up.
It did. And I told Coach Clyburn about it.
What does he think?
He loves it.
Is he the first coach to know that they are participating in the Patriot League?
Yes, none of them. Let's see how many of them I actually know the coaches of. Yeah, he's the first one.
Okay. Coach Clyburn, the only one aware.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. They don't need to be aware.
They don't need to be aware.
Unless they call in, then we can make them aware.
But if the winner at the end of the season is not aware, they'll be getting a trophy anyway, whether they like it or not. We are going to give them a trophy. You didn't ask for this. It's kind of like realignment in college sports. Nobody asked for this. We're doing it anyway.
Exactly. That's the goal. So that's the Patriot League. We'll be updating that every week and telling you the standings there, telling you the region standings once we get to region play, but that's like October.
So we got to have some type of standings to fill the time here.
Right. I can't just rely on media polls for a month and a half. No offense to Lou and Chris.
We got to have our own creativity here, and I like that.
Right. That's important. Burns leads 20-0.
Oh.
Over TL Hannah.
That's not ideal if you're TL Hannah.
The Burns Rebels were facing a 3rd and 4, 1:19 to play in the first half. Trey Segarra, 91 yards.
Trey Segarra leading the way for our player of the night, fighter of the night. I would say, obviously, we're not giving the award right now.
No, but we're in the clubhouse.
But he's doing pretty well. That's multiple touchdowns in the first game against a really good opponent.
Do you realize that there are team? How do we settle the undefeated club here in week 1?
We don't. That'll start next week.
Okay. I was about to say, because if you're 0-0, then you're undefeated.
You are technically undefeated. So we'll make sure we have at least a game's worth.
Okay. Good. Some people have 2.
And some people, some will have 2 by that point. We just had a bomb hit on for Lugoff Elgin. That was about an 70. I'm just eyeballing it, so I don't know the official number here. It's an unofficial Elijah Campbell eyeballing it type stat, but at least 65-yard touchdown pass for Lugoff Elgin at PAT pending, 13-6 over Laura Richland. Laura Richland had the ball deep into Lugoff Elgin territory after they picked off a Lugoff Elgin pass. Could not convert. I don't know if there was a turnover. I just got it on the TV in here. Didn't know if they were able to, if it was a turnover on downs or a turnover or a missed field goal. Either way, Lugoff Elgin got the ball back, throws a deep touchdown pass. The Demons are up on the Diamond Hornets, 14-6 in the second quarter.
Camarion Willingham for RNE, 69-yard catch and run to Isaiah Smalls.
Did you say 96?
69.
69. I don't know how I heard that backwards.
But Cavaliers lead Spring Valley 6-0 with 3:46 to go in the half.
Ooh.
Again, Will Wilson no longer the quarterback. Camarion Willingham is the quarterback at RNE now.
Not walking through that door. That's a lot to replace.
That's a lot to replace. Again, we talk quarterbacks here. Look at all the quarterbacks you're having to replace in high school football this year.
Yeah. Cutter Woods.
Landon Sharp.
Cutter Woods, Landon Sharp. Brady Albro at Chapin. That's going to be a big one to replace. He had a really good year last season.
He did. A lot of passing yards. Will Wilson, A.J. Brand.
Oh. Yeah, well, White Knoll in their post-Landon Sharp era. We have an official final there. Camden, 20. White Knoll, 7.
Ugh.
So, Coach Pelham and the Timberwolves taking an L to start the year. Camden, though, first team to collect a dub in the Patriot League.
It's true.
Early leaders in the clubhouse.
There it is. Yeah. They're the first ones. Look at that. Look at you.
We're already applying it.
Love it.
Already applying it.
Did Huff and South Point play at Bank of America Stadium?
They did. Or the Panthers play football sometimes.
The player of the game for that game gets a Whataburger trophy.
And not just a Whataburger trophy. I want to say they get free Whataburger for a year.
Well, the trophy's plenty good enough.
The trophy would be good enough.
There's a Whataburger 3 minutes from my house now.
Oh, that's a dangerous game. I've never been more jealous of
Chipotle is also 3 minutes away, as is Panda Express.
You never have to.
As is Chick-fil-A.
You never have to leave that 1 mile radius of your home.
As is Chick-fil-A.
Good Lord.
As is Starbucks.
Victor goes the spoils.
Rush's, McDonald's. I literally never have to leave. This is the furthest I go.
I've still yet to been to a Rush's.
You're missing out.
Lived in the Midlands now for almost 3 years.
What are you doing? Where do you do? Where do you eat?
I eat a ton of places.
Do you like hamburgers?
Love hamburgers.
Do you like fried chicken?
Oh, I love fried chicken.
Do you like hot dogs?
I do love a good glizzy.
Do you like barbecue sandwiches?
Love barbecue sandwiches.
Do you like milkshakes?
Maybe more so than all of those.
Okay, then.
An insatiable sweet tooth.
And they fixed their fry issue. I
did not know that was a thing until they.
It really wasn't. I would argue. Okay.
Manufactured controversy.
Look up the classic advertising that was New Coke, and how we got classic Coca-Cola, and you tell me what you think. We're halfway through hour number 2, and I have just exposed the advertising world to the entire listening audience, and I apologize. We got more scores, more breakdowns, more conversation coming up right here on the High School Scoreboard Show on the Game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission on the game. 803-404-6100 is where you can get us on the phone lines as week 1 rolls on. I'm making it my mission.
The first week of the season, because it's not the 0th week.
No.
That's impossible.
If it's the first week of the season, then what will we call it? It would be week 1. I'm sorry.
Well, good thing this organization isn't made up of educational institutions. Or else that would be...
It'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
That'd be embarrassing. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be just
that
embarrassing?
That might be a little embarrassing.
If those who are molding young minds would do this kind of thing. Oh, but they are. Burns is up 21-0 at the half.
Maybe the most impressive showing, given what we thought an even matchup would be, and then what actually ended up happening. That's up there.
Can I just inform the audience who is listening at home, Burns hosts Irmo next week.
And Irmo's battling, I guess, last update I saw from Irmo is that they were down 6-0 to Oceanside Collegiate. That was after at least one frame.
And not in bowling.
No, it's not. There are much fewer of those.
Yeah, can confirm. Abbeville leads Southside Christian 14-0.
You want to hear my shocked voice? This is my shocked voice.
Remember last
tell me
year,
Abbeville's winning a football game? I'm stunned.
Remember last year when I said that Batesburg-Leesville beating Abbeville was shocking? And I was tutted for that?
Yeah, unrightfully so.
Abbeville.
Like, clearly, your handle on history with Abbeville.
I mean, it's like Ric Flair getting beat by an up-and-comer, like in the 80s. Like, oh wow, that's
Still
crazy.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Still surprising nonetheless.
Hulk Hogan, may he rest in peace. The Raiders of Keenan lead 16-0 over Drea. That one is late in the first half. Conway trails Wilson 13-6 at the half, he was able to say. Pageland Central 12, Louisville nothing. The Independence Patriots of Charlotte have tied the ball game with Gaffney. Gaffney 21, Independence 21, with a minute 53 to go.
That one has a chance to get weird
in the first half.
If you follow along the program, Gaffney plays a lot of weird games.
Yeah, we don't have a program here, folks. It's a program. And really, one more before we get to our buddy Nathan Martin, who, again, all the friends are back together. It's like you're going back to Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Irmo leads Oceanside Collegiate 14-6.
Oh, so since my last update that I saw, Irmo put 2 touchdowns on the board.
Including one just 3 minutes ago with 2.5 left in the first half. Jaden Bryant, a 2-yard touchdown run. We go to the phone lines. Again, 803-404-6100. I would consider Nathan Martin one of our regulars. And he's here to talk about Camden and White Knoll. You guys were at halftime, Nathan, for like 24 hours, bud. How was that?
Very interesting. As you said, started last night. Grayson Riff got us started the season on the right foot with a quarterback sneak for a touchdown. Camden got up 7-0. Then with about 28 seconds left before half last night, Bernard Green is a sophomore, first year on varsity. You're going to hear a lot about that name over the next couple of years. He took about a 35-yard pass to the house, missed the extra point, 13-0, and then Mother Nature decided to intervene. So in my drive over here, I'm thinking, okay, how are either teams going to counter? Now they've had 24 hours to kind of sit and break down film. And second half started tonight, and it was a defensive battle there in the third quarter. And in quarter number 4, Camden got the football with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the game on their own 42-yard line, and took 7.5 minutes off the clock before Grayson Riff took it in from about 2 yards out. Extra point is good, and ended up being a 20-7 win over White Knoll, which I guess, if you will, kind of pays them back for coming to our place and beating us last year. So good win to start the season. Very good White Knoll defense. Very impressed by them. That might be one of the better defenses we see all year. So big win for the RPI and a great way to start off the new season.
Yeah, any Nick Pelham coach defense is going to be a good defense. I don't even have to know what the personnel is. You tell me Nick Pelham's coaching them, I'm going to assume they're pretty good. But given that you're still able to score enough points to be able to win that game against White Knoll, against that defensive unit, what do you like a lot from Camden's offense this year as we go into a new season?
Well, yeah, new offensive coordinator. Savon Wingate is our new offensive coordinator. Lewis Clyburn was our OC last year. He's now the head coach at Brooklyn Casey. And Savon's been on staff for a while. He's been the OC at the JV level. He's kind of taken a mixture of when he played at Camden, what Coach Sisk, when he was our OC, is now North Central, what he ran, and what Coach Clyburn ran, kind of mixed it all together. What I saw was Grayson Riff, another year of experience, climbing the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, finding guys in space. I think what really impressed me tonight was that 7-minute drive when we just lined up and just rammed it down White Knoll's throat with a run. That big offensive line was really leaning on their defensive line, and that's not something we've been able to do the last couple of years. So that really impressed me. They knew what was coming and just couldn't stop it. And that, like you said, Coach Pelham is a heck of a defensive coordinator, so when you can do that against that kind of defense, that's going to bode well for Camden down the road.
Nathan, you mentioned Grayson getting the start at quarterback. Talk us through just a little bit of what that is like with Coach Remp's son being the starting quarterback there and what they're expecting in 2025 from the offense.
So, full backstory, I was an assistant coach at Camden Middle when Grayson was in 7th and 8th grade. And you could tell he was already smart beyond his age as far as football goes. I mean, he knew how to break down defenses and knew where to go with the football. And now, last year he split time with Wyatt Thompson at quarterback, and Wyatt is now at Wofford. So this is his team this year. What I like is the leadership. Making sure that they're in the right sets, knowing where to go with the football. He's done a better job at pocket awareness, and we run a zone read, and what he does such a great job is he rides that zone read to the last possible second. He's not the fastest. He's got enough speed to at least keep you honest. And I just like the poise. Having that taste last year of playing quarterback and splitting time, I think helped him. And this year, now that he knows it's his team, he's taking that leadership role. And we've got some young guys that are playing varsity for the first year that I think are going to make some big plays at receiver. So the expectation for Camden, as it is every year, is to go win a state title, and that doesn't change. I know it's harder in 4A, obviously, than it was in 3A, but we made it to the third round last year. And I just feel like this team is a little different. I won't say better, faster for sure, but I like where we're heading. I think we got a possibility to have a really big year.
And Nathan, one more question, and this is probably going to catch you off guard, but how do you feel about Camden being in our new Patriot League in the same division as Brooklyn Casey and Orangeburg Wilkinson and Sumter? How do you feel about being in the Thomas Sumter division?
Well, listen, I would not be upset with that at all. There's Sumter and Camden used to play every year. They're there for a number of years. In fact, I think we played them all 4 years when I was in school. Brooklyn Casey, we have a history with them in the playoffs. There for like 3 years in a row. We met up with them. In fact, we played them for Lower State when Staten was the quarterback. They was able to squeak out there with a win. So, OW, I know we played them in basketball a couple of times. I don't know that we played them in football in recent years. So that would be new blood. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Well, congratulations, because you're in it. So this is the thing we're doing. I don't know if you obviously probably didn't catch it earlier, but we've established a Patriot League, and we've based 4 Revolutionary War generals and the battles where they fought and the schools surrounding those battlegrounds. Y'all are one of them, obviously, the Battle of Camden. And so you're in this fictitious but very real
We're
division.
making a trophy for it.
We're making a trophy
that we'll give to the winner at the end of the year.
So it's purely based on win-loss record, because you probably won't play. I don't know how many of those teams y'all actually play on your schedule. I don't think any of them. But if you got a better record than any of those other ones, then a trophy might be coming your way. So make sure you let Coach Remph know that not only should you be wanting to practice on Thanksgiving for the big-time state championship, but just as big is the trophy that we're efforting to be coming your way.
Bigger, I would say. Bigger.
Well, we got room in the trophy case to add plenty more. So
Prestigious.
I would definitely, yes, I would definitely pass that along to Coach Rep. And man, that's going to be interesting. I want to keep up with that because I know Sumter is probably extremely talented, like they are every year. So they'll probably make a deep run. So me and my counterpart will have to keep up with that during the games now. So I have to make sure I make a note of that and keep up with the scores.
There you go. There you go. Our buddy Nathan Martin keeping us updated on everything Camden. Who do you guys have next week in week 2?
Oh, it's the biggest game in the state. The Rotary River rivalry, Camden and Lugoff. Going to go out in historic Zim Stadium. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, Lugoff's pretty good, bud.
They're up 21-6 right now, and I'll tell you right now, at wide receiver, Lugoff Elgin's Shamil Sadiq is a problem. He had an 83-yard touchdown reception earlier, and he just had about what looks like a 65 or 70-yard touchdown reception.
Catch and run on a screen pass, on a bubble screen. Took it to the house. They're up 21-6 in Lower Richland right now. Number 1, he's a problem. Mm-hmm.
That should be a fun game.
So the matchup next week, Sadiq versus Tylen Draper, who is rated pretty high in the state as far as players go in high school football. That's going to be your matchup. Because Tylen plays receiver and DB. Those two are going to be going at it. So I'm definitely looking forward for that matchup next week.
We got good matchups in week 2. They call it week 1 by its government name, but it's week 2 in our books. Nathan Martin, always appreciate you, bud. Looking forward to another great season.
Yes, sir. Good dogs.
That is Nathan Martin giving us the update on Camden and White Knoll. Camden starts the year 1-0. White Knoll opens 0-1. I was watching that play as it happened, Elijah.
Perfectly blocked. I mean, they had that thing. They had a hat on a hat, to use some football terms around here.
Did they stick their face in the fan?
Stick their face in the fan, got a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Sadiq, man, he's got some wheels. He's 6'4", too. I mean, so he's already a matchup problem on the outside. It didn't take him long to get from point A to point B. That's his second touchdown of 60-plus yards tonight. And you know how earlier I said, it was probably 65, 70 yards in the air? Nope. Our man Chris Deering specifies 83-yard touchdown pass, that first one to make it 14-6. Just had that other explosive play to make it 21-6. Maybe fighter of the night, LA fighter night candidate here. I know Trey Segura from Burns is right now one that we mentioned.
Right.
But I think we're going to have to consider Shamil Sadiq.
It's going to be a tight race. We're going to have to make that call. We're going to have to make that call at some point. I'm not looking forward to making that call specifically. You mentioned it. Do we want to go ahead and hit our LA Faith Fighter of the Night off the field? Do we want to go ahead and do that? Let's go ahead and do that right now.
Absolutely. I think that would be very appropriate to be able to do right now. So without further ado,
we're recognizing true fighters every week. It's time to name the LA Faith Fighter of the Night.
I want to thank the organization Meaningful Play and Ollie Otter, who sources tell me that our buddy Ollie Otter might be making his way into the studio. Not tonight, kids. But we may have an appearance from an otter.
This is going to be the greatest day of my life.
In the studio. Oh, trust me. You'll remember it forever. I've met him at least 3 or 4 times. Your life will be changed.
Legend has it, he squeaks.
He's helping us out by highlighting who he calls his warriors. And so, again, the LA Faith Fighter of the Night, one will be on the field, one will be off the field. And we'll do this every single week. Tonight's Fighter of the Night, LA Faith Fighter of the Night off the field is Jack. 9-year-old Jack Timmerman is a burst of joy, playful, imaginative, fiercely loving. He's the kind of kid who lights up every room and who never stops cheering for others. But Jack is fighting for his life against CLN1 Batten disease, an extremely rare, fatal neurodegenerative disorder that has stolen most of his vision and will eventually take his mobility, his cognition, and his life unless a miracle intervenes. Most kids with CLN1 show symptoms between 18 and 24 months of age. Jack is a part of a very small group whose symptoms didn't become clear until later childhood, which means there's still precious time to fight. That urgency is what led his family to launch Jack's Pack, a nonprofit that's committed to pushing research forward and advocate for families facing rare diseases with the goal of helping maintain hope for those who need it most. And now for Jack, hope has a name, and that is gene replacement therapy. On August the 25th, that's this coming week, Jack will become one of the first children in the world to receive an experimental treatment at Rush University Hospital in Chicago. a therapy being offered under compassionate use because there is currently no FDA-approved treatment or cure for CLN1. It's a courageous leap of faith for Jack, and the journey hasn't been easy. The Timmermans have navigated countless tests, insurance battles, gut-wrenching conversations, but Jack's dad, Ned Timmerman, says this, quote, Jack's life matters, not just to us, but as a light for thousands of kids battling rare diseases who deserve more than to be forgotten. This isn't only about trying to save our son. It's about showing what family faith and relentless love can do when the odds are stacked against you. We want everyone to see the courage and kindness that Jack breathes into the world every day, and we want the world to see that every one of these children matters. Jack's story is unfolding right now, with life or death stakes. And his story is one of heartbreak, but also extraordinary hope. And it's one that this family believes can be used to show that miracles still happen. Jack Timmerman is our Ellie Faith Fighter of the Night off the field in South Carolina. Jack, we're rooting for you, bud.
We're pulling for you, Jack.
We're pulling for you. We're pulling for your family. We are here for you. And we look forward to hearing great reports coming out of Chicago this week. Again, August the 25th, Jack receives this rare treatment, one of the first children in the world. Again, these stories are happening all over the state, Elijah, and I think what opened my eyes over the past 3 months is that it helps to know you're not alone. Mm-hmm. And in the high school football community, I was talking to Mike Morgan, the Golden Tones, and he was saying, high school football in this state is such a small enough state that everyone knows something about every school. You know some,
regardless of school size, classification, anything.
At least one thing. I can name you one thing about Cross. I can name you one thing about Gaffney. I can name you one thing about North Myrtle Beach, right? We can cover every corner of the state, and we can give you one fact for each thing. But what it also shows you is that no matter how big it feels, we're also very small. And we're very interconnected. And so I want to thank Meaningful Play. I want to thank Ollie Otter for sending me this story and for sending us the news about Jack. If you want to learn more about Jack, you can do that. Go to Facebook. Just type in Jack's Pack. It's a nonprofit. And if you want to support them in any way, I have no shame. Do it.
Do it. Absolutely. Highly encourage you to be able to do so.
And you know what? We're working on making these connections happen with the player who's the fighter of the night and the kid who's the fighter of the night. We're working on that.
Efforting.
We're efforting, an industry term. I'm really excited about this, man, because I think that while the game on the field matters, I'm watching Lugoff Elgin and Lower Richland tonight. We got plenty of games going on this week. We'll have even more going on next week, both in the high school and college ranks. The pros will get started here soon, and we'll get wrapped up in the world of football. At the same time, things like this are happening, and it gives you a bit of a perspective on, you know what?
Which we could all use.
I think we could all use a healthy dose of reality from time to time and a healthy dose of perspective. And suddenly that 3rd down and 8 on Sunday, August the 31st, isn't as do or die as it was.
No.
When you read stories like this.
Because there are children who have yet to get to experience everything that life has to offer that are going through do or die stuff on a daily basis.
Yes. And Jack is one of those. And Jack, it's inspiring. It's inspiring, his battle. And I love their motto, we do hard things. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
So Jack Timmerman is our first Ellie Faith Fighter of the Night off the field. And we're excited to see this unfold and to highlight these stories every single week as we go throughout the 2025 football season. We're closing in on the end of hour number 2. Again, if you're new to the program, 7 to 11, we'll track these games. We're going to start really getting into earnest on tracking these scores and getting you highlights. We've been peppering them in throughout the night, and we'll continue to do so, but we're going to hit these even harder. We got some recruiting rankings to look at as well. We had a commitment to the University of South Carolina tonight that we'll get into. We got blowouts happening across the state. We got big-time plays happening across the state. A lot is going on in the Palmetto State and the high school ranks right now, and we'll continue to monitor all of these scores as they unfold. Halftime between Keenan and Drea. Keenan leads 24-8.
Oh, there has been some developments.
A few there. Johnsonville leads Chesterfield 22-0. 22-0. and the Diamond Hornets are up on Lugoff Elgin.
Other way around.
Or excuse me, the Lugoff Elgin Demons are up on the Diamond Hornets 21-6. I was reading it down, but then flipped the score. It's shaking off the rust a little bit.
We're not it's week 0 to some. If it's the 0th week, we're not actually in full season form yet, so we're working our way there.
The Fountain Inn Fury lead Liberty 28-7.
The what and the what?
The Fountain Inn, the town of Fountain Inn, their high school is called the Fury, Fury.
I heard it as the Fountain and Fury, and I was like, that sounds sick.
That's the Southern coming out. And Liberty, 28-7, the score there.
Hell of a name game there.
We'll get those. We'll get those throughout the season.
Plenty.
I cannot wait for Jefferson Davis Academy and Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, yes. Especially when there's a name crossover.
Sure, Jefferson Davis and Patrick Henry.
Ooh, that's good. Andrew Jackson's going to play some teams maybe this year. C.A. Johnson on the schedule.
John Paul II, I think, has a school named after him.
Big year for Popes.
Big year for Popes. Huge, including Mark Pope.
Yes, including Mark Pope. Had a great year first year at Kentucky.
Isn't it amazing that the new Pope is from Chicago and the White Sox are actually decent?
Decent by their standards.
Decent by their standards.
The worst team in Major League Baseball.
History.
Yes.
History.
Because the Rockies have taken that. We can easily forget what happened with the White Sox last year because the Rockies said, hey, hold my beer. Hold my Coors Light.
And the Braves have won like 9 of 12, and they still have the 4th worst record in the National League. I'll bring it back to the Braves every time if I got to.
Nasty work.
It's just disgusting.
Nasty work. Hey, the Cincinnati Reds, half game out of a playoff spot.
Look at y'all.
Only a half game. It's August 22nd and only a half game. I haven't cared about baseball this late in the season as a fan of my team in a long time.
I stopped caring about Major League Baseball in game number 8. Hour number 3 of the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission coming up on the game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission on the game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. Let's go to the phone lines, 803-404-6100. Our buddy Cale back on the line to give us an update from Hammond and Christchurch. Go ahead, Cale.
What's up, guys? We are at halftime now, and we have a score. We have scores.
Finally.
Hammond leads at halftime 17-0 over Christchurch.
17-0. Sounds like we have a little bit of offensive explosion. Now that we finally got some offense, it came in bunches.
It was pretty funny because as soon as I got off the phone with you guys, about 3 plays later, Bubba Alexander ripped off a 35 or 40-yard touchdown run, and he didn't break not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 tackles before getting into the end zone, followed by a Jackson Ross touchdown catch, making it 14-0, and Christchurch on a punt tried their best to make something happen on the return, but the Hammond punt coverage forced them down at their own 2-yard line, causing Judd Wyndham to throw an interception to number 5, McLean Robinson, returning it all the way to the 10-yard line, which set up a Hammond field goal with 5 seconds left, and that is what ended the half. By the way, Justin, you said you used to call the middle school games at Hammond, right?
In a previous life, yes.
Does the name Michael Tyler sound familiar to you?
Yeah, Mike was really good.
He is actually here on the sidelines watching his alma mater play.
Nice.
Mike Tyler sighting.
Mike Tyler sighting. There were a couple of kids during that run, thanks, Cale, during the Kimry years where you just saw 8th graders and you thought, yeah, they're going to pop.
They passed the alien test.
Yes, Mike Tyler was one of them. Jordan Birch was another, but he was in high school. Boogie Huntley was another one. He was in high school.
Passed the alien test.
Yeah, they did that. Appreciate it, Cale. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Mike Tyler was really good. LSU now, right? Am I crazy? Does that sound right? Did he commit to LSU?
He did his best gymnastics impersonation. He flipped.
That's right.
He's a Gamecock.
That's
baby.
right. I forgot about that.
He's a Gamecock,
I
baby.
totally forgot about that.
He's on the team right now.
He's really good. If they put him in the tight end room, I don't know. I'm not in that building, so they might.
He'll be playing behind some very experienced players right now.
Shane's like, shut up, Justin. Like, it might work. I'm just saying, kid can leap out of a gym.
Oh yeah,
I saw him on the basketball court too.
They're probably going to work to put some weight on him.
Yeah, it's crazy because I did do PA work at Hammond for 4 or 5 years.
First they said 40. I was like, you ain't that old.
Nah, it felt like 40. What am I kidding? The games were always over by 9. Thanks, Eric. There was some good. If you'd have told me, and this is no slight to the following name, but if you would have told me that Boogie Huntley would work out better than Jordan Birch, I don't know if I'd have believed you.
As a Gamecock,
yes.
Specifically?
Yes. Well,
by virtue
as a college football player.
Oh,
Jordan Birch had a good career.
Well, he went to Oregon and made himself a 2nd-round pick, 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, so he had a good career.
I would say, and he helped win a Big Ten title.
Fit.
Yeah, he won him a Big Ten title. Jordan Birch was pretty good.
He and Dylan Gabriel and that offense.
Yeah, he's the best pass rusher on a team that won the Big Ten title.
That's true. But even looking at that, like that ESPN game on that Sunday afternoon, when I'm in the booth, but there's a partition between Mike Morgan and Colt Kubelik and me. I don't know if I'd have believed that hey, Boogie Huntley would have worked out better at South Carolina than Jordan Birch.
By virtue of staying, yeah. And Boogie
by virtue of staying, right? And ultimately Jordan made a business decision, what he thought was best for him. Cool. But then, I mean, Boogie Huntley is established now where you're talking, the preseason talking heads are like, how'd they replace that guy? And TJ Sanders. And Tonka
Hemingway. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kyle Kennard.
That's a lot.
Let's see here really quick. I want to run through some scores, and then I want to make predictions for who we believe has the best shot to win a state championship.
Ooh, I like that.
Not saying that they're going to win the state championship. It's not making picks here. I can tell you that I did discover a website last year that does offer over-unders and lines on high school games.
I'm
and
if
if you frequent those,
FBI investigation.
If you frequent those websites, the number will call you.
Yes. Yeah. You don't call the hotline. The gambling hotline gives you a call, buddy.
There are websites that you should not frequent on the web. That's one of them. Daniel leads Chapman 29-0 at the half.
I don't think we're getting a Vertex PT specialist comeback alert on this game.
No, don't think so. Debo Samuel.
Not walking through that door.
It's my favorite thing we do. Wren leads Palmetto 28-0. The Blue Flame of Pickens putting up a fight. They trail easily 21-13. Tied at the half between Independence and Gaffney, 21-21. Remember when it was 21-7?
Yeah.
Weird.
You want to talk about Vertex PT specialist comeback of the night. Independence, not in the great state of South Carolina, but they did erase a 2-touchdown deficit.
They did. Thompson out of Georgia and North Augusta tied at 7.
Great town, Thompson.
It is.
I went there for a weekend over the summer.
Look at you.
At a
well-traveled.
At a Highland cow farm. Fun Airbnb experience.
At a cow farm.
Yeah.
You could have just gone to Clemson.
I could have just gone back home. But they
true.
have Highland cows.
That's fair.
They're emo cows, if you are familiar
Yes.
with the work of the Highland cows.
Yes.
Fun little getaway.
All right, there you go. Heathwood Hall defeated the Fighting Josh Turners of Hannah Pamplico 14-0.
Shutout.
The Pack Panthers, yeah, I'm working for that shout out from him. The Pack Panthers beat Holy Spirit Prep out of Atlanta, 50-21.
Feels wrong to beat a team called Holy Spirit Prep. I hope you can atone later in life.
Thomas Sumter Academy trails Williamsburg 28-0 in the third quarter. At the half, Orangeburg Prep trails Wilson Hall 35-0. Calhoun, last check, 7-0 over Northside Christian. This can't be real. You know when I say that, I think ScoreStream is glitched. You ready for this? Latta, 74.
Okay.
East Columbus, 10.
Okay.
Out of Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina.
Okay, that's a lot of points.
Hunter Kiner Tyler up 38-0 at the half on Allendale Fairfax. Whitmeyer's up on Branchville 20-0. And Lee Central and Timberland tied at 6. Sherrall, 42. McBee, nothing at the half.
Rick, what's going on? What's going on, Rick?
Rick's like, I'm not on the field. Strom Thurmond leads McCormick 41-0.
Sounds like he is on the field.
Yeah, that's fair.
42-0.
That's fair. Loris leads Green Sea Floyds 56-7.
I'd rather have Pink Floyds on the field.
That's good call there. Good pull. Georgetown leads Kingstree 9-8.
Georgetown leads Kingstree
9-8
in football.
Yes, in football.
Not a high-scoring baseball game.
It's like the classic Kevin Harlan moment on the NBA on TNT, you know, and they need to talk about it. It's like 11 minutes to go in the second quarter.
9-8.
Mm-hmm. The Fighting Scots of Scotland.
Hell of a name.
Laurenburg, North Carolina, that is. Trail Dillon, 27-21. How about this one? Woodruff leads Clennon, 15-6.
Oh, also interesting score.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting results so far. Woodruff appearing in the top 10 in their classification.
Mm-hmm.
Clennon, a defending state champion.
Indeed.
Interesting game. Woodruff can make a resounding statement if they're able to hold on and avoid a Vertex PT specialist comeback here.
How about the Newberry Bulldogs? They lead Union County 55-14.
With a little bit of hope, prayer, and the power of friendship, they can come back, but they're going to need a whole lot of friendship.
Ain't looking good. Saluda, 14. Crescent, nothing. Crestwood leads Manning, 27-6. The Knights of Crestwood are good.
The Fighting John Morants.
Yes. Yes. Do you see how many great athletes come from this state?
So many. For a small state, produces a ton of athletic talent.
Same GDP as Alabama.
And produces maybe more.
We do produce more peaches than Georgia by like 20,000 tons.
Producing athletes, producing peaches.
Fake peach state.
It is a fake peach state. Imposter posers. State of Georgia.
South Carolina's the real peach state.
Posers.
That's a bigger thing for me than week 0. Honestly, I get so
Calling it the
tired.
peach state.
I get so tired. California produces more peaches than Georgia. Get out of here.
So you're saying,
and half of California is the mountains.
That's true.
So don't even get me with California's bigger. Stop it.
Get out of here. Posers.
Just it's typical Georgia propaganda. The same way they have their players believe in people picking them to go 7-5. Silver Bluff leads South Aiken.
Stolen underdog valor.
South Aiken trails Silver Bluff 14-13 in a rivalry game. Hello. How about this one? Powdersville, the Patriots, and the Seneca Bobcats, 22-21 at the half.
Oh, we got a really close game going on there.
Give me good upstate shootouts. Sumter leads Lakewood 34-7. There's another team in the Patriot League that's trying to stake their claim to a 1-0 record.
Sumter's trying to stay at the top of that division. I like their chances tonight.
Ridgeview, the Blazers lead the Griffins of Fairfield Central 30-0.
Ooh,
according to the scoreboard.
Fairfield Central, another one of those teams too. Lou Bajek on the early game last week. I asked for a small school that will make big noise. He picked Fairfield. They had a chance tonight, and not going the way they expect, but still expect Fairfield Central to be up there.
Yeah.
Let's just say up there in 2A. According
to the scoreboard, and again, I say that because if it's wrong, don't blame me.
Yes, we have to be able to pass the buck somewhere else.
Correct. I will take all of the credit and none of the blame. Irmo and Oceanside Collegiate are tied at 14.
Oh, buckle up. Buckle up.
Game of the night, question mark?
Very well could be. I mean, you have a top team in the state, one of the top teams, despite all they had to replace, still number 5 in the poll in 5A, taking on the number 3 team in 3A, another defending champion, I believe, in 3A at Oceanside Collegiate.
Yes. Rock Hill leads River Bluff 24-3.
Ooh.
24-3.
Not ideal.
It's a River Bluff team that pretty good.
That built on a lot of success in a really tough region last year.
That's why I'm confused. Do you hear the confusion in my voice?
And Malik Clark ain't walking through that door for Rock Hill.
Correct. Where's he at now?
Some place called the University of South Carolina. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard of it. It's on my hat.
Yeah. Big school.
Yeah. Blythewood and Nation Ford. Nation Ford leads Blythewood 21-14. Fighting Jake Bentley's.
That one's been back and forth. Blythewood, it was 7-7 at one point. I think Nation Ford struck first.
They did.
Blythewood tied it. Blythewood took a 14-7 lead.
It was
Nation Ford tied it.
Yep.
And now
out in front.
Blythewood back in front.
So now's the time where I have to ask, because we're going to have to hit a break here in a minute. Is Jake Bentley the most underappreciated, not underrated? Underappreciated quarterback in I'll say recent Gamecock history, turn of the century.
Okay.
So you got in order in Phil Petty, Andrew Pinnock, Savell Newton, Blake Mitchell, Savell Newton again, Chris Smelly. These are guys who actually started more than one game. Steven Garcia, Connor Shaw, Dylan Thompson. This is really testing me. Perry Orth. I don't know if Connor Mitch played enough for me to include him in this list.
I don't think so.
Lorenzo Nunez didn't either. Then Jake Bentley would be your next one. And Ryan Helinski.
Yeah.
Colin Hill. Ooh, what a pull. Colin Hill.
You put Luke Doty in this list?
Did he start 12? Has he started 12 games?
Didn't start 12.
Okay, so Colonel Zebulaiah Nolan.
Yep.
Jason Brown.
Appreciated.
Spencer Rattler, or as Shane Beamer calls him, Spencer Rattler. And then Lenore Sellers. Is Jake Bentley, out of that list, is Jake Bentley the most underappreciated?
I think it's a two-way tie.
He's not celebrated.
It's a two-way battle between him and Andrew Pinnock.
I don't know if Pinnock... See, this is when I'd like to have Jay here, right? Because Jay could offer...
answer that specifically. But Bentley, it would have been more appreciated if the team was just a little better.
I'm going to marinate on it. I really feel like he's the most underappreciated.
That might be one to sleep on.
Yeah. I mean, that 2017 season was good.
It was still really good. 9 wins.
Yeah.
That's what kept Will Muschamp around a little longer.
Yeah.
And maybe the expiration date might have been.
I feel like they did too much with him and complicated it too much for him. You know the thing they shouldn't do with 16?
Yeah.
They did with 19 then. He was number 4, then number 19. When it was simple, it worked. Anyway, his team, he's now a head coach in high school football. That's why we're talking about this. He coaches Nation Ford now. The Falcons lead the Blythewood Bengals 21-14. Indianland up on York 20-0. We got to hit a break. When we come back, we'll hit the phone lines, and we'll give you our picks for who we believe could win the state championship at all levels. It's the High School Scoreboard Show on the Game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission on the Game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. In the midst of what time is it? We're in the midst of hour number 3.
Does anybody really know what time it is?
It's been a while.
Does anybody really care?
No, not here. Where time is but a construct, honestly.
It is.
Who determines it? We arbitrarily move our clocks twice a year, just because.
For giggles.
So, trust me, those of us with young children, it's not giggling for us.
It's not.
It
no.
It is quite tragic.
I don't envy that position.
It is quite tragic. We have a lot of action going on across the state right now, and we're continuing to monitor those. I want to get into, we don't normally make predictions on this program. I feel like we're very middle of the road. unbiased.
We present you the information as it comes to us.
Many would say we're straight-laced when it comes to reporting the high school football scores.
I think that would be giving us a lot of credit.
But some would claim that we're pretty biased in who we talk about. And my response is, then your team should play better.
Or call in.
Or that. If you call in, we'll talk about it.
Call in, we'll talk about it.
Let's see. All right, but I think we should do that tonight. I think we should. Again, some of these games are already. Nothing that's happened tonight is going to sway my opinion on who I think is hoisting a trophy. Okay. There's one thing I know about the first week of the season. It's things can change. I remember this because last year I watched a team struggle to beat Old Dominion at home, and then 3 months later, they were 9-3, 6 straight wins, and probably should have been in the playoffs.
Well, you probably shouldn't have lost to the two teams ahead of you.
No, probably not. I know, I agree with that. See, we're not going to
Probably
rehash
should not
this.
have been. Let's just say you were in a position to have to rely on others, but
You don't like that position, I agree.
yeah, but you put yourself in a position to be in the discussion.
To be considered. And I think, given where South Carolina has been for the better part of a decade,
have not been in the discussion.
right, the last time South Carolina was in the discussion was 2013, and they finished number 4 in the AP at the end of the year. Number 4. The very next year, we had a 14 playoff. It's like that College World Series year when they lost to Texas in one game, 12-6, and the next year they go to a 3-game series.
Like, of course, it's a very uniquely South Carolina thing.
It is. Can confirm. Can confirm. But we are going to make predictions in terms of who we think could win state championships. And again, the Division I, Division II thing is a little difficult in 5A. I'm basing it off of last year's Division I and Division II. I don't think it really sways me because Division I is Dutch Fork. Anyone?
Any challengers? Crickets?
Somerville. Could Somerville? Dutch Fork has a new starting quarterback.
I heard he's pretty
not.
close with the coach. They have a pretty good relationship.
They also, I know it's a scrimmage, but Gaffney kind of took it to him a little bit.
Gaffney's one of those.
Gaffney is Division II.
Favorite. Legit favorite.
So Division II has Irmo, Northwestern, Gaffney. So Dutch Fork and Somerville in Division I would be my 2. And that's just a repeat of last year's state championship games. I don't know how, take that for what it's worth.
That happens in high school football a lot on a year-to-year basis, regardless of state.
It does. Division II,
I mean,
Gaffney.
do you look further than the upstate?
No, I think it's Gaffney.
A lot of change, a whole lot of change with that team. So there could be some feast or famine there whenever you bring in, up to 20 new players?
We're going to have to eventually broach that topic, right, on this program?
Yeah.
We do have to talk about player acquisition in high school athletics, right?
Yeah, I don't know if just 20 families moved to the Gaffney area. It could. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Not accusing them of anything nefarious, but this is what brings up, hearings in October.
Yeah.
Not saying they did anything like that.
Dangerous game to play because then you are relying on the judgment of other human beings.
Right. Class 4A. You sticking with the defending champion South Florence Bruins? Without a Sellers?
I'm going to lean, and I hate going with number 1, but I'll say I'll go West Side.
Look at you. No Cutter Woods?
No Cutter Woods, no problem.
Wow.
Cutter was really good, but that's a good program.
He's going to do a heck of a job holding on extra points this year, I hear.
Penciling him in as the holder?
Yeah.
Gotta replace the holder,
Shane
and the punter, and the kicker, and the long snapper.
Coach Shane Beamer might not like this, but I might have it too deep on the depth chart all the way through.
Okay. I mean, we haven't been provided with one, so
You won't be.
Somebody's going to have to provide one.
Shed Surratt starting on that offensive line as a freshman at left guard.
Is that good or bad?
I think it's very good.
Because he's that good?
I think he's George is doing the same thing. George has got a true freshman starting. I don't think it's because they don't have any talent around him. I think it's because they're that good. And Shed Surratt's really good. 4A, I don't want to pick South Florence. Truthfully, sorry, Coach Marlowe. I don't want to pick them.
Machine program.
You know what? Give me the Red Foxes of Hartsville.
Ah, sleeper.
Now, you can't host the state title game in Kellytown.
You can't.
Confirming that, but I don't think you can.
But they're going to play games there.
Dark horse for me is AC Flora.
Yes. Offense through the roof. They will score the points.
Yeah, they will. 3A. I don't want to pick Oceanside Collegiate. That's just another defending champion. I'm more for content than I am.
Give me Belton
being
Hanea
right.
Path. Give me
BHP.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know me.
Okay.
I'm down with BHP.
So you're going with BHP. Give me Dillon.
Always a good bet.
Give me Dillon. A return to prominence. Not really, because they're already up there. 2A. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. For God, Country, and Sheely's, I'm going with Batesburg, Leesville.
For God, Country, and Sheely's.
Batesburg, Leesville. Are you going with Lou?
I'm going to go with Lou. I know they were getting beat pretty good by Ridgeview, but this is a 2A team playing against one of the top 10 5A teams in the state. A 30-0 score at that juncture of the game, which is what Ridgeview's leading Fairfield Central right now, isn't swaying me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer in coaches, believer in programs, which means I am fairly inclined to believe in Fairfield Central.
Do you want me to pencil you in for Abbeville in 1A?
You know what?
Or are you going to go across?
How about you put it in pen?
Okay. Well, all of these are actually in. Spoiler. I'm writing with a pen.
You didn't bring a pencil.
I didn't bring a pencil.
Not a number 2 pencil in sight.
Skeeza, 4A. Going to go with Hammond.
Yeah, put it in pen.
Okay.
Sharpie.
Who'd you go with in 4A?
In 4A, I went with Westside.
That's right. And then 5A, both sides with Dutch Fork, Somerville. You want to pick anyone else? Burns, Irmo.
You know, I'll for my man Preston Thorne. Give me Somerville.
All right, so you got Somerville. I'll take Dutch Fork, and then D2 you got Gaffney. Or do you want to go in Northwestern or Irmo?
Northwestern. I'll go Northwestern. Always impressive. A believer in programs.
Paige Wolford has great stuff going on up there.
He does. He's got something going on over there. And David Flanagan might strangle me if he hears this and I go into the next press conference and I didn't pick Northwestern.
What would he get? What would fire him up more? You getting the first question or you picking Northwestern?
Me picking Northwestern. Fire him up.
Look at that. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Here are our picks. So hold us to it because this is what matters. I've got Dutch Fork, Gaffney, Hartsville, Dillon, Batesburg, Leesville, Abbeville, and Hammond. Mr. Campbell has Somerville, Northwestern, Westside, BHP, Fairfield Central, Abbeville, and Hammond. Keep that paper here.
Yep, keep that.
It's going to be right here. It's just going to stay here. So when you walk in on Monday morning, it will be right here to remind you of what's happening in the high school ranks. Looking at a few more scores here, if I can refresh everything as we get rolling here. Looking first at this game, the TV game in the Midlands, Lower Richland and Lugoff Elgin. I gotta comment on the helmets for Lugoff Elgin. Solid look.
Sick.
Solid look. The glossy look on the helmet.
The jerseys too. I love a good gray.
Are they wearing gray jerseys and blue pants? Or are my eyes just bad?
I think your eyes might be deceiving.
Okay. 21-6 is what matters. Lugoff Elgin over Lower Richland.
Third quarter.
Right there. Third quarter, 4:49 to go. Third down and 15. I'm confused. It looks like there's an injury on the field.
Is.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a Lugoff Elgin player down.
Could not tell there. And I want to remind you guys about a couple of different things as we refresh the scoreboard, and then we'll get you a full scoreboard update here shortly. Next week, I think I can confirm. Look at my phone. I can confirm that Shane Fiddler will be in studio.
Aha! Friend of the show.
Friend of the program. And I can confirm to you that head coach Lewis Clyburn of the Brooklyn Casey Bearcats, first-year head coach at BC, will join us on the program. And that you will hear from him early.
Yes.
In the program.
He will not be joining us from the stadium. He's
Correct.
got bigger things afoot.
We are still efforting head coach Perry Parks of River Bluff Guess who River Bluff plays next week? Brooklyn Casey.
Oh.
I didn't plan that.
You didn't plan that?
No, I really did not.
Serendipitously.
I can confirm I did not plan this. Sometimes art just happens. We'll be hearing from both of those coaches. Lower Richland trying. Oh, do we have a big man interception? No, just a big man.
Six?
No, it's just a big man wrap up on a screenplay. But man, that was solid. That was a solid play there by number 90 for Lugoff Elgin. The Green Wave of Easley pulling away from the Blue Flame of Pickens right now. It's 28-13.
Sorry, Jeff.
North Augusta is pulling away from Thompson. It's 20-7.
Okay.
Still tied at 21 between Gaffney and Independence.
Ooh.
Still tied.
Now, a team that was earlier we put on Vertex PT Specialist Comeback Watch. Oceanside Collegiate got up on Irmo early. Irmo has now taken a lead with 8:55 left to go in the third quarter, 21-14 after a touchdown pass from Dobson to Arrington. That is from Steven Rudnicki on Twitter.
I can't wait to get a full report from that Irmo game. I want to hear how that offense looked. Points are one thing. I want to hear how they looked.
How it looked. Do you pass the eye test there?
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's something to how did it look. Bamberg Earhart up on Edisto 29-0. I love the towns they pull. Edisto is in Cordova, South Carolina. Not Edisto, Cordova.
Cordova, specifically.
It's very important that we get that right. Pageland leads Louisville 12-0. And
Interesting score.
I have a third quarter score from just down the road at C.A. Johnson. The Hornets of C.A. Johnson are hosting the Capitals of Columbia. And the Hornets lead. C.A. Johnson leads 16-8 in the third quarter. Doubled them up. Oh, boy. Marlboro County has hung 50. They lead Lake Marion 50-6.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think Lake Marion's on Vertex PT Specialist Comeback Watch.
Kingstree leads Georgetown 16-9. They were down 9-8. Woodruff still out in front, 15-6.
Keeping an eye on that two-score game. So the Vertex PT Specialist Comeback Watch going to be a little bit harder there,
But still in play.
Still in play.
Still
That's
early.
We'll put that game on the watch.
Where do you put that? Where, or like DEFCON levels, where are you putting that one at? 2.
Level of intrigue. We have conditions that are somewhat ripe for weirdness to happen.
Correct. South Aiken, last check, trailing Silver Bluff 14-13. My scoreboard showing second quarter. Their Twitter page does not update with any updates because why would it? What else would you use Twitter for on game day? So my last score there for the folks who were texting me asking me about South Aiken, that's the last score I can give you. 14-13 there. Got an update from Blythewood and Nation Ford. Nation Ford leading 27-20, third quarter. So we do have a Vertex PT Specialist comeback alert there for Blythewood, but can it be a comeback if it's back and forth?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Now, if they were to be trailing 27-20 and they end up winning 40-27, maybe. But you caught them and spaced.
Yes, you kind of ran away. So we might have to find another sponsor for running away with it.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump sponsored.
Forrest Gump running away with it. This college football playoff Twitter account would like me to set my alarm for 12 p.m. tomorrow because that's when college football is back. But I have it on good authority that they're not going to pay attention to any of it until November anyway.
Probably not.
That's my late night.
That's why athletic directors should not be part of the committee.
Okay, here's my dream scenario.
Okay.
We just take the computer, and the computer gives us part of the ranking. And then we have people who actually know football, who actually watch the games, and don't just pose for a photo op with their little sparkling water. I'm talking like bona fide football people. Not 12 of them, 4 of them. And then they say, well, yeah, I mean, they're at 8.800, you can get 1,000. But eye test wise, this team that's at 0.78 is still better than them. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just add a little human element. I don't need 12 people in a room in Grapevine, Texas, explaining college football to me that I know better than them.
Well, it's
Right.
people that have vested interest in their own school and
Yeah, I don't need
directors
athletic directors
who
who
are
would
always
benefit
watching their school.
who would benefit from a school within their conference going to the playoff to then get money dividends back out to the universities. Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, too much conflicts of interest.
Also, any committee with Ward Manuel in it's not worth my time.
Speaking of the Vertex PT Specialist comeback watch, it has caught this.
Oh,
We have a touchdown. Lower Richland down 21-6 to Lugoff Elgin. Just scored. I just saw a player running into the end zone, so I don't know what happened to follow that. They're on a 2-point conversion right now. Halfback swing pass caught, and it's converted.
oh boy.
21-14. Once down 2 touchdowns. It is a 1-score game over in Elgin.
I got another one. I got another Vertex PT Specialist comeback alert. This one's from the upstate. Burns was up 20-0.
It was a fumble recovery. Oh, man. A scoop and score.
Nice. Burns was up 20-0 on T.L. Hanna. It's now 20-10.
Oh, okay. On that one, that's a 3.
Under
On the
4
scale
minutes
1
to
to
play in the
5
third
here.
quarter. Gavin Magan. Gavin Magan.
Megan, maybe.
1 yard touchdown.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
2-point. Wait. Okay. Touchdown and 2-point conversion would be 8 points.
Yes.
That makes it 20-10. Let me do a little digging here. Because there was a safety at some point.
Oh, man, I love the safety.
I don't have any alert of that might be a typo. Because the same person does not give me any alert that there was a safety. Unless this person felt like the safety was really not needed to be talked about. Keenan has scored. They lead Drea 32-14. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oh boy. Burns was facing 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16 after giving up the touchdown to make it 20-10. And they get a completion on a deep cross to convert.
Oh, back against the wall a little
To
bit.
convert. And now they have the ball at the T.O. Hanna 20.
So now this could be the Forrest Gump running away with it if you're
Could be.
able to capitalize here.
And you know, I think sometimes we might pick some favorites, and I don't mean that as in like we prefer them over anyone else, but there are storylines that start to form.
We're here for the story.
It started to form this morning, talking to Cole Bryson, the voice of Burns Rebels football. And he said last year was arguably, I say it was the worst year in Burns football in quite some time. And
Didn't help that you were essentially football
Homeless.
version of homeless. Yes.
No, unhoused. But he argued it was the worst football season of Burns football in quite some time. And then to come off of that tonight, a rivalry-ish game against an upstate rival in T.L. Hanna, and your offense is doing things. Your offense is moving the football. Your offense is scoring. Your offense is trying to put a game away, when he argued that the detriment of the team last year was the offense. And by the way, the schedule doesn't exactly prove itself to be easy. Burns isn't playing Missouri's type of schedule.
Where you can get a luck of the draw type beat.
Mm-hmm. They're playing a tough schedule. They got Irmo next week at home.
I give him some grace.
Yeah, it's possible that this Burns team might. I'm not saying they're going to go undefeated. That's not what I'm saying. I think this Burns team will be drastically improved compared to what they were a year ago. Just my take.
I think so too. It helps to play home games.
Can confirm
Yes.
that people cheering for you vocally
And not having to travel each week
helps.
is going to help. I like your
Helps.
chances a little bit more.
Let's go to the phone lines, 803-404-6100. Kale is not only establishing himself, he's now spacing himself as the caller of the season. What you got for us from Hammond and Christchurch?
What's up, guys? We have just finished the third quarter. Going into the fourth, Christchurch is punting on 4th and 5 from their own 25 as Hammond still leads 17-0.
Hammond still out in front, 17-0 is ahead of the fourth. Thank you, Kale, for the phone call. I think we can, I don't know. Do we want to start warming up the vocal cords on that one?
Yes.
I think so. I mean, again, I'm not a Hammond. Some might accuse me of being a Hammond apologist.
A Hammond homer.
No, apologist. I'm an airport homer.
Yes.
I will gladly identify myself.
As an alum.
I think I have the right.
You earned
I
a
did.
diploma.
I did. I was number 12.
Oh, you almost cracked the top 10.
Almost. I was there until my senior year got me. AP Chem and AP Calc kind of did me in there. But great institution. And, I'm a homer for Airport. I'm an apologist for Hammond. When Hammond's up 17-0 in the fourth quarter, I think those folks can feel good.
With that defense, the way they play?
Yeah, like if they were up by 17 under the offense of Eric Kimmer, you felt good.
Yes.
They're up by 17 with that defense of John Wheeler, you feel good.
You feel like it's in the bag.
You do. Woodruff is spacing on Clinton. It's 21-6.
All right, now that is back to a 0 for the comeback.
And the Cowboys are playing the Falcons in the preseason. I only mention that because Brandon Aubrey just hit a 64-yard field goal for the Cowboys.
Wow. Impressive.
And the Cowboys are up 17-10 at the half.
Not 71 yards, but still impressive.
Not 71 yards, but still impressive. I like these long field goal attempts in the preseason. They should keep doing that.
Might as well.
They should keep doing that.
I mean, see what your kicker's got.
Because 45 yards used to be a long field goal. That's a chip shot now for pro guys.
Oh, in the NFL.
In the NFL, it's a chip shot.
Yeah.
Irmo leads Oceanside 28-14.
Oh, speaking of spacing, Irmo doing a little spacing themselves. Looks like that offense might have woken up a little bit. A little bit of a slow start, which to be expected when you lose A.J. Brand and Donovan Murph, two Power 4 recruits, one being here at South Carolina.
The other one at Virginia Tech.
The other at Virginia Tech.
Look at that. Brandon Bennett's son plays for Virginia Tech. Gamecock great Brandon Bennett. Let me rephrase.
Transfer from Coastal. He's in a very crowded backfield, which he might get some carries in week 1 against South Carolina because Terrion Stewart, the projected starter, is in a walking boot for the Hokies.
We'll talk about that game more next week.
Oh,
I'm
excited.
I feel confident.
Yeah.
And that's a bad sign.
You feel confident, but does that make you feel good?
No. Chester gets the win to open the season over Lancaster. They win 16-14 behind that first field goal in 3 years. Still efforting to understand.
Yeah, I got to find out. We got to fact check ourselves there.
I'm working on that. The Northwestern Trojans lead Spartanburg 30-7 in the fourth quarter. 30-7 Northwestern.
Speaking of running away with it.
Thought that'd be a close game.
Had a chance when it was a 7-0 game. They had the ball on Northwestern's 2-yard line, but you know what a 98-yard pick six will do?
Crush you.
Kill all momentum. Yeah.
Well, we've got a lot of momentum, and it's not being killed by a pick six. We wrap up hour number 3 right after this on the High School Scoreboard Show. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission on the game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. 803-404-6100 is where you can get us on the phone lines. And, you know, when it's been about a year since you've done this, you got to kind of get up and stretch a little bit. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm now standing.
Yeah, I'm about to go into full stretch mode. My back feels atrocious.
It is it's a marathon up here. And you know, the body acclimates. It's like, you know, you got to get up to, if you're going to play in Colorado like Georgia Tech will on Friday night, you got to get up there to acclimate yourself to the air for multiple reasons, the altitude and the smells. You got to do a lot of that up there, make sure you're ready to go. And for us, we don't get to, you don't get a test run. You don't just get to sit in front of a microphone for 4 hours. You got to kind of just do it.
Throw yourself in there.
Acclimate yourself to it. We got a couple of Vertex PT specialist comeback alerts that we're monitoring. One of those is Lower Richland and Lugoff Elgin. Lower Richland trailing early. We just started the fourth quarter. They got the ball back.
Yep. They were down 21-6 in the second half.
Oh, boy. And here we are. Here we sit, 21-14. Why is it always the TV game?
It gets crazy.
It's always the TV game that gets crazy, isn't it?
Extra lights, man. Something about the extra attention.
About that attention. By the way, if you're interested in TV games, college football returns tomorrow.
It does.
Because it's not... Remember the Dublin game last year? Incomplete pass for Lower Richland. The Dublin game last year featured Georgia Tech and Florida State. And the conversation was, how badly is Florida State going to beat Georgia Tech? And then Florida State proceeded to win 2 games all season.
The tone was set pretty early.
Yeah. Georgia Tech gashed
It also
them.
got us run the ball.
Yeah, and Joe Tessitore was on the call for that game. I don't know if he's on the call for it tomorrow, but I know Joe Tess was on the call for that game, which makes it 10 times better.
It does.
The Alabama-Carolina game was great because Joe Tess was on the call. But we get Farmageddon in Dublin tomorrow.
Top 25 matchup.
Underrated Coach Bowl.
Yeah.
Colin Klein and Matt Campbell. That's an underrated coach battle right there.
Kleiman won a lot of games in North Dakota State. Not just games. That's selling it short.
Championships. I win. Google me.
The real version.
The real version. The actual version. No, I'm tired of Signetti. Kansas hosts Fresno State tomorrow evening. Kansas plays Missouri in week 2.
Kansas, sneaky. Good team. The Big 12, the conference where everybody is pretty good. Kansas is pretty good.
The Big 12 is that conference where you can just be good, and everyone's at the same level of resources. And, yeah, sure, Texas Tech has the Red Raider Club, but, I mean, other than that.
The $1 billion donor.
Right. I won't use the name that I've heard bantied about. Other than that, they're all on pretty equal footing. I'm interested in Kansas. I'm interested in K-State and Iowa State. Give me Iowa State to beat K-State tomorrow at Aviva Stadium, but because I'm a big Matt Campbell guy.
I'm leaning Kansas State for the Gamecock Central picks. Took Kansas State.
Fair enough. Iowa State's also the Cyclones, and they're red and yellow, so
pretty sick.
Hulkamania. Western Kentucky hosts Sam Houston. Whew, buckle up.
Conference game. Another conference game that we have. A week 0, the 0th week of the season, we have a conference game.
There's a CBS game, a night game, a CBS night game tomorrow night, and it's Hawaii and Stanford.
Hope you take your caffeine.
How far has CBS fallen?
Well, you look at the rest of the slate outside the first one.
I understand that. I wouldn't even pick up the game.
Well, they know there are sickos out there that will.
That's fair.
Hey.
Tickets as low as $61.
Both those teams, the 2 most traveled teams in college football this year, slated to fly. Hawaii, 29,000 miles this year, and I think it's 23,000 for Stanford. Reminder: the circumference of the Earth, a little over 24.
That's
so
what
Hawaii
we get for putting Stanford in the ACC.
Hawaii will fly greater this year than the circumference of the Earth. Stanford, just 1,000 miles shy.
And I did leave off one game, and it's in Las Vegas. UNLV hosting Idaho State. Dan Mullen returns. What a great fit.
Really, though.
For a comeback job.
Well, especially after the shape of the program where Barry Odom left it, which is in pretty good shape, considering they would have been in the college football playoff if it wasn't for someone named Ashton Genty.
That's correct.
Doing really good stuff.
So the slate's not great. It never is in week 0. I would argue this is a true week 0.
In its totality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we do get a ranked matchup.
You get a ranked matchup, which you rarely get. And then, by the way, we won't be here before Thursday. I'll just tell you, Thursday the 28th, Boise State's at South Florida.
Sexy.
Intriguing. East Carolina's at NC State. No one's talking about NC State, and that's usually when they pop a 9-win on you.
Is when you don't expect it.
Correct. When you expect it, they go 6-6.
Maybe if Will Wilson has to play, they'll go now. They'll win 9 games.
Missouri kicks off their tough schedule. They host Central Arkansas.
Scottie Pippins.
Nebraska at Cincinnati.
That's what Jay Phillips likes to call maybe not a must win, but you better win.
You better win. If you're Nebraska, you better go on the road and beat Cincy. Nebraska might be a dark horse playoff pick.
And they just got to take care of business that first week.
Simply because the guy who called the plays isn't calling the plays anymore.
And they have a pretty talented quarterback that if he makes the jump that you expect him to from freshman to sophomore year.
Agreed.
Pretty good.
That's just through Thursday, folks. Next Friday, while we're monitoring high school football and covering it exclusively, we will also have one eye on Auburn at Baylor and Georgia Tech at Colorado at the same time. 8 o'clock.
Oh, God. Next Friday's going to be great.
8 o'clock. Auburn is a 2.5-point favorite on the road in Waco? Question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah, give me Baylor.
Georgia Tech is a 4-point favorite on the road at Colorado. I like that. Hammer Georgia Tech. Best ACC game of the season is coming week 3. Georgia Tech and Clemson. In Atlanta.
Potential preview of the game we'll see in Charlotte.
Agreed. By the way, Lugoff Elgin has the ball back, I believe.
They do.
But it's fourth and
Richland had to punt.
But it's already 4th and 4. And here we go again. Between those two teams.
They're going to make this interesting. We are still on Vertex PT Specialist comeback watch at a pretty high level here.
We're at DEFCON 3, one would argue. Catawba Ridge, Mark tells us, no fun here at Chapin. Catawba Ridge up 30-0.
Oh, man.
Blanking Chapin right now.
Not a great way to start the season at home.
No, it is not. Jalen Brooks just scored a touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, there you go.
Look at that.
7th-round pick.
That's a Gamecock connection. Newberry 62, Union County 14, final. Here's a Vertex PT Specialist comeback alert. Going to the 4th quarter, it's 28-21. Irmo over Oceanside.
Oh, Oceanside got down 2 scores. Now making this thing a little interesting. I think Lower Richland's inside the Lugoff Elgin 20.
Seth Hudson is a sophomore, 5'10", 170. Jogging that off right now. I like that they put year number 2. I like they.
It's just in case he redshirted and you needed some clarification on
maybe he gray shirted.
Yeah, maybe he gray shirted.
All right, 3 minutes to go on the reservation. Pins down.
Oh boy,
it was 21-21.
It was back and it wasn't back and forth. Gaffney did lead 21-7.
Comeback alert. Gaffney had to punt. 75 yards later, Independence has the lead.
Wow, 21.
But then Gaffney blocked the extra point.
Because nothing normal can happen in that stadium. Nothing.
It's 27-21 with 3 minutes to go. Gaffney's getting the ball back.
Ooh, a touchdown and an extra point can win it. Looking right now, too, in terms of results, I didn't expect to see Keenan here in Columbia. All over Dreer at the end of the 3rd quarter, 30-14.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was still not expecting that.
I was. Dreer usually gets better later in the year. Keenan's talented. Keenan's better now than they were 3 years ago. I have such weird connections to all these schools, but I feel like Keenan's better than Dreer 9 times out of 10. We got a lot more scores to get to. We're heading to the final hour, which means finals are going to be coming in. By the time we get back, I might have an update from Conway and Wilson. It's really good. We'll be back. Final hour of the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission coming up on the game. Welcome back into the high school scoreboard show presented by Cottman Transmission on the game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. We're back for another season, our second full year together on this program. Second full season. We're entering into our sophomore year. Our Lenore Sellers year.
Yes, minus the whole redshirting thing. I didn't redshirt.
You played in less than 4 games the year before that. So
Yeah, you could say I am a redshirt. So.
I, however, am the Luke Doty of this program, as I've been here since 1997. That's at least how long it seems like Luke Doty's been in the University of South Carolina. Got a lot of great games, folks. A lot of them. We got a final score that I'm sure we'll be talking about in mere moments, so I'll hold on that one. Spring Valley has scored. They cut the RNE lead to 19-9 after an interception, and it was almost a pick six. 2:42 to go in the third quarter. RNE leads Spring Valley 19-9. Game over between Spartanburg and Northwestern. Good night. Northwestern 39, Spartanburg 7. How about this? The Trojans are going to go to 1-0, and they host Ridgeview next week. That should be a great football game between Northwestern and Ridgeview. South Florence defeats West Florence 37-6. That one is a final. As I keep scrolling through here, ball game, it is over. Burns defeats T.L. Hanna 30-10. 30-10. Burns coming out of the gates, firing on all cylinders. T.L. Hanna, how about this? You're off next week. Congratulations, you get a bye.
You get to recuperate a little bit.
And you go to West Side. Here's why the numbers don't make any sense. And we can go ahead and bring Mark in. This is why the numbers don't make any sense for me. This is the first week of playing games. You're off next week. So in the third week of action, you say you will travel to West Side in week 2. The numbers don't add up. And with that, we welcome in Mark from Chapin. First game in the post-Brady Albro era. And Mark, I wish you were calling with better news.
Boys, I'm going to need some help this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go back up to Newberry College and see if I can get Brady back here.
Does he have eligibility?
A little
left?
rough one today. Catawba, I don't even know how to pronounce it, to tell you the truth. Catawba Ridge. Catawba Ridge, yep. 30, Chapin nothing. Home opener. To be fair, I mean, this is literally Chapin's first their jamboree got rained out. They had another scrimmage got rained out. They haven't had any real live action probably all summer. So, but I'm sure you heard the off season. Cole went to Dutch Fork, Stone Fury went to Dutch Fork, Brock Smith went to Dutch Fork. So 3 of our top guys went over there, and that's where we're at. So it's. I love the kids, so, I mean, they all played hard. They played hard. Got a new OC, too, so it's just a big change here in Chapin. Another huge crowd. I mean, the Chapin people always come out no matter what.
Great town.
And miss you guys. We got Spencer Rattler to look forward to tomorrow. I got a bunch of his sports cards, so I'm praying that he starts the season.
He will.
He'll start tomorrow. So
I know, but this Tyler show scaring me a little bit. Tyler Shuck. So.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys. It's the best time of the year. I think I'm going to be depressed for the next 10 weeks.
No, you're not.
I'll get through it, and appreciate what you guys do. Again, Catawba, whatever it is, 30, Chapin nothing. And I'll talk to you guys next week. We go to AC Flora.
Ooh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. We'll be down there causing some havoc.
It'll be great. Thanks, Mark.
All right, boys.
We appreciate
I'll talk to you guys later.
Tell you what, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
You're not going to be depressed this year. We'll be your ray of sunshine.
That's right.
We will be here for you.
Because even after losses, you can call in and hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that makes it a little easier.
I have an Ellie Faith Fighter of the Night on the field nominee.
Okay.
And it's Sequel Patterson from Indian Land. He's a 4-star wide receiver commit to the Gamecocks in 2026.
Yep, that's a big get.
And he's one of the best in the state. Let me look at my On3 industry rankings. I believe he's up there. I believe he's top. Yep, number 5. Number 5. He has thrown a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and also has an interception.
Throw a touchdown, caught a touchdown.
And has an interception.
we'll put, Sequel Patterson up there with Shamil Sadiq.
This is going to be, every week, we're going to have at least 3 or 4. We got to cap it at some point, and then we just need to have a discussion. Our breaks are long enough. We're just going to have to hash this out. I would like to do this. We need to talk to the powers that be, Ford, about getting us into a hotel at Grapevine, Texas, and just, Ford Motor Company, and just seeing if we can get the seclusion, the fancy, comfy chairs.
Yes, the free lunch.
Just to waste everyone's time.
Yeah, and money, because the free lunch.
Because that's what they do. RNE leads 19-9. Mentioned that one.
19-10. The extra point is good.
There it is.
Which means Vertex PT Specialist comeback watch. We're going into the third quarter. It's a 9-point game. It was 19-0. Spring Valley trying to break a long losing streak.
Yeah.
It's
over 2 years.
Still a 2-possession game, but you have a full quarter here. A little bit of momentum, if you believe in that sort of thing.
I believe in it.
I believe in magic.
Oh, man. Here's the thing. Gaffney lost 27-21. The game sealing touchdown was a 75-yard punt return with under 4 minutes to go. I'm sure they'll take that very well.
Ooh, that's tough. Tough way to start.
In the first year of a new regime, by the way.
Well, I guess there might be some learning curve that's required when you have up to, 20 new players?
Sure. I would agree with that. I mean, it's a Florida State situation. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not saying...
Is Thompson, Georgia Tech? Same state.
It's fair.
Same state.
It's a good call. Gaffney gets home next week for JL Mann. It's their next game. Final score, Wilson 13, Conway 9.
Low scoring.
Very. The Bruins of South Florence win 37-6.
Cruised. I mean, they were up 20-0 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it did not take much. They're up front. They're disgusting up front. And in the best way possible. I mean that with all due respect. Their win graphic is 2 offensive linemen and a running back, I'd assume, that looks like he could sub in if he needed to.
Maybe I should have picked South Florence anyway to win the state.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been a good pick, but...
Can't go wrong.
You can't. Yeah, we do still have that comeback alert there between RNE and Spring Valley. No question about that. By the way, Conway was putting together a drive, and Wilson's defense held up at the end to
defensive stop to secure a win to start the year.
To secure the 13-9 victory. I love a good 13-9. By the way, I do need to mention, we haven't mentioned it yet, a lot of games in the Low Country were postponed due to rain. There's some rain that entered into the Charleston area and then didn't move for about 3 or 4 hours. I was texting.
Doesn't take much to flood that town, unfortunately.
No, it does not. I was texting a friend of mine who lives in Charleston, Mount Pleasant, and I said, wow, your school district is calling games now. He goes, oh, well, yeah, there's a flood watch and a flood warning, so probably should. The Charleston County Sheriff's Department's also doing that. By the way, here comes Spring Valley. It's 1916 with 10:31 to go.
Oh, buckle up.
There's your Vertex PT Specialist comeback alert.
And it's not.
Do we have a horn
anymore.
Sound? Because that's a siren.
You get like an yeah.
That's a siren.
Something loud and obnoxious.
Like if you didn't already heed the evacuation warning, you might need to. Because it ain't going well. You don't start boarding up the windows when the hurricane starts hitting you. You do it like a week ahead.
Yes.
By the way, the Malden. Here's your first Malden Mavericks update of the program in history.
Love to see it.
The Malden Mavericks. What's their mascot? It's a maverick, but what is a maverick? I hope you get this right because I just kind of put you on the spot.
All I'm thinking of is the Dallas Mavericks logo. It's a horse, and I know it's not a horse.
More of a steer.
Steer.
More of a bull. Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like a horse. You remind me.
4 legs.
What was it? The Tennessee Titans that did that when the people in Nashville had to guess the schedule.
Dude, that was hilarious.
Did you see the latest video from the campus of the University of South Carolina where they went around asking random college students what the name of the head football coach was?
No.
Let me send you that. I'll send you that during the break. It's so bad. It's got to be fake. Like you'll watch. This isn't real. But this update on Malden, 34-21 Riverside, the Warriors leading Malden right now. How about that? Riverside. That's a Riverside update.
Yeah. Okay. Malden, the Fighting Kevin Garnett's.
Yes.
At one point in time.
Look at how many great athletes came from this state.
Littered.
Stephon Gilmore. But we're talking about like played high school football or high school sports here. We're not talking about like came to college here because that's a whole different ball game.
Whole different ball game. But Kevin Garnett up until his senior year played them all.
Yeah, sure did. Hammond defeats Christ Church 17-0. Remember when I said you could probably Sharpie it? That's why you Sharpie it. The score did not change.
Did not change at all.
And they're more than okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to score any more points. So, wait, 17-0's a win.
Offense, you can cruise. Defense has got this from here.
Let's see here. Mac Rambo, still making plays for St. Joseph's, recovered an onside kick attempt from Cardinal Newman.
Still an incredible name.
Chesney leads Pendleton 28-21, 9:03 to go in the ball game. Getting close there. Getting close. I'm looking for a few more. Newberry 62, Union County 14. Holy moly. All right.
Still 28-21, it looks like. A missed 41-yard field goal by Irmo gives Oceanside Collegiate the ball at their own 20. So Irmo still leads Oceanside Collegiate 28-21. That's with 7:12 left.
But a drive to tie it here for Oceanside.
Yes. Shout out Stephen Rudnicki for the update.
Dawson Fowler connects with Tucker Hudson on a 28-yard touchdown. Boiling Springs leads Greer 23-12. That one in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go. All right, here's the holy cow.
I think we might have just gotten a goal line stand here in Lugoff Elgin, Lower Richland.
Purvis Walker, a 6 foot 285 senior, probably the reason why they got that stop. Ooh, big time sack.
Yeah, that's huge.
Big time sack.
That is massive. Now, Lugoff Elgin needs to string together some first downs. That's one thing they have not done very well in the second half, is have the offense maintain enough drives to milk clock.
Right.
That's kind of crept the door open for Lower Richland to be able to move back into this game.
Correct. Here's your holy cow score and update. Dillon led 33-28 late in the fourth quarter. Scotland County, the Scots out of North Carolina, recovered an onside kick and scored with 10 seconds to go in the game. Got the 2-point conversion and won 36-33.
Wow.
Dillon led at the half 27-13.
Vertex PT specialist comeback.
Former Burns player Matt Quinn is the offensive coordinator at Scotland. And his offense put up 23 points in that second half against Dillon.
Statement.
Again, two teams, Gaffney and Dillon, losing to out-of-state opponents. Those fan bases aren't going to take that well.
When they probably shouldn't have lost.
Both of them.
Both having leads. Gaffney was, Gaffney being up 14 on Thompson earlier tonight.
Right. That's not going to go over well.
Well, Lugoff Elgin needed that first down, and a quarterback draw picks him up about 20. That'll move the chains.
Rock Hill 31, River Bluff 18, final.
Tough one for River Bluff.
So River Bluff starts 0-1. They play BC next week, efforting whether that's on the road or at home.
Should be a fun game. I mean, BC had a tough year last year.
And they're young.
A lot of youth. River Bluff trying to build on some of that momentum they got last year.
They're at Brooklyn Casey.
At the fort.
And then the Jake Bentleys of Nation Ford come to town to take on River Bluff. And they're playing Blythewood right now.
In a game that's been really exciting.
We got really good games. Like
maybe the best game of the night has been Nation Ford and Blythewood.
And it's always the game that you have the toughest time finding the updates for.
When the updates go dark for an uncomfortable amount of time.
St. Joseph's Catholic 41, Cardinal Newman 29. The Knights get a win on opening night. They open the season with a win. Cardinal Newman moves to 0-1 to start the year. And again, we're tracking Irmo and Oceanside. We're tracking Nation Ford and Blythewood. Got several games still going on, and we'll run through your final scores as well. We'll do that when we come back right here on the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission on the Game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show, presented by Cottman Transmission. On the game, Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass, 803-404-6100 is where you can get us on the phone lines. We have final scores beginning to trickle in. Again, a lot of cancellations, postponements, however you want to word it, in the low country due to gallons of rain being dropped on the low country there. So those games have been moved to either tomorrow or Sunday or Monday.
James Island and Gray Collegiate, that's a Monday night game.
Looking forward to that game.
That was going to be a really fun one. That's a disappointing movement.
James Island is their motto is defend the island.
Okay, I like that. Historically rooted.
They consider themselves on the edge of America. Also true.
Yes, it is
geographically
the edge of America. One of many edges of America.
One of many. I mean, there's a big. It's just big edges. But yeah, no, they're on. I mean, they're one of many. That was going to be a really good ball game. See how Gray Collegiate matches up with James Island. Would have been a good one. Again, Gray could be a favorite in that region. That region's stacked though. North Augusta and Gilbert and Airport, Brooklyn, Casey, and South Aiken.
One of the regions of death.
Pound for pound, I still consider it one of the toughest regions in the state. Dreer. All right. We just started doing this comeback alert thing.
Yeah,
presented by Vertex PT Specialists, the comeback alert. And all of a sudden, we got a bunch of comebacks. Dreer has closed the gap. It's 30-22 with 4:50 left to go in the ballgame. Dead on arrival.
It felt
all
like
night.
Down 16 going into the fourth quarter, and they really struggled. That was a game that got started off by a 92-yard punt return for a touchdown, I believe. That's what got the scoring started for Keenan. They were firmly in control for most of this game. Paradigm has shifted a little bit.
Correct. Oh boy, Spring Valley had an opportunity. 6:32 left to go in the ball game. 49-yard field goal. Missed it.
Oh, 49-yarder is just tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's the edge of America for a high school kicker.
That is.
That's the edge of America.
Well, if you're kicking beyond that, you're going to be playing in college.
Correct. Airport had a kicker do that back in the day. He went on to kick at Tennessee. Or he punted at Tennessee. One of the two. But he was a really good kicker. He did kick 50-plus yarders occasionally. 30-22, I just mentioned that one. Keenan and Dreer, and I am stunned by it. Truthfully, not many things surprise me on this program. That one's got me. I assume this game is over. Daniel, according to my scoreboard, though, Daniel's still leading Chapman 29-0 at the half.
Long halftime. Which would not be the longest halftime.
No,
this week.
That record's held by Camden and White Knoll.
And that was a real halftime.
Easily Green Wave leading Pickens 49-27. That one in the fourth quarter. That one got crazy. Independence defeats Gaffney 27-21. North Augusta is spacing on Thompson 33-7. We mentioned Heathwood Hall and Hannah Pamplico earlier, 14-0 for the Highlanders there. The Pack Panthers defeat Holy Spirit Prep 50-21. Jefferson Davis, there's my name. Jefferson Davis defeats Cross Schools, the Stingrays, 52-6. Not the same Cross as we mentioned earlier. The Cary Christian Knights from Cary, North Carolina, beautiful area, defeated Wynn tonight. Richard Wynn, 50-16.
Sorry, Richard.
Did not win.
Richard did not win.
Colleton Prep leads St. John's Christian 48-10. That's down in Monk's Corner.
Cruising.
Down in the low country. Wilson Hall over Orangeburg Prep 42-14. That one is a final. The Barons take down the Indians. The PD Golden Eagles defeat the Trinity Collegiate Titans 14-12.
Ooh, exciting game.
Not as exciting. The Porter-Gaud Cyclones defeat the First Baptist Hurricanes in a cataclysmic matchup, 48-0.
Cataclysmic matchup. The cataclysmic matchup of the night.
That would be, is that the Dennis Quaid matchup from The Day After Tomorrow? Very underrated Dennis Quaid movie, by the way. Jake Gyllenhaal was in that. I don't know. I guess Jake had already reached stardom by that point. Hunter Counter Tyler up 44-0 on Allendale Fairfax. I'm sure that one's gone final by now, but my scoreboard's not showing it. Whitmire over Branchville 26-6. Greenwood Christian over Calhoun Falls Charter 46-20 final. Bamberg Earhart over Edisto 42-8. Mark that one. North Central defeats Great Falls 26-0, while Johnsonville leads Chesterfield 34-14. The Braves of Sherrall take down the Panthers of McBee 48-7. The Pageland Central Eagles take down Louisville 12-0. We are tied in Columbia. The Hornets of C.A. Johnson once led Columbia 16-8. It's now 16-16 in the fourth quarter. This game is showing at the half. It's probably final. Strom Thurmond over McCormick 48-0. And Ware Shoals over Blacksburg 44-0. We will continue on with the scoreboard in just a moment, but we have to get out to the phone lines where Cale is awaiting. And I assume, as is mostly the case with Cale when a game is over, we might be hearing from a coach as well. But Cale, we got a final score from Hammond. They held on.
Yes, guys, Hammond defeats Christchurch on the road 17-0. Not only do I have Coach John Wheeler here for an interview, I also have the Hammond player of the game, linebacker and running back Bubba Alexander here to answer a question or two as well.
All right, let's start with Coach. We'll get Coach out of the way, and then I mean that respectfully, Coach. We'll get Coach out of the way, and then we'll talk to Bubba in a second. Coach Wheeler, we appreciate you joining us and hopping on with us real quick. Let's talk about it. First half, defensive struggle. You guys got out by a couple of possessions and really kind of put this one to bed. Talk about the effort of your defense tonight on the road.
Yeah, I was proud of them. I mean, they got weapons. That Wyndham kid, just almost spitting image of his brother. Obviously, the Hall kid, number 2, Atkins, right? They played him a lot more on offense than I thought they would. Number 8 is very sneaky. I'm blanking on his name. And their offensive line was very solid, a lot bigger in person. Number 77 is probably one of the best guards I've seen in a long time. So I was very proud. We bent some and did some bonehead mistakes to hurt ourselves, but I'm very proud, obviously, of we kept battling. So,
Coach Wheeler from Hammond with us on right now here on the High School Football Scoreboard Show. Coach, I mean, when the game's that close and everybody's kind of struggling to get on the scoreboard like it was early in the game, and then you guys kind of go on that run right there to separate yourself, what does it say about your offense, too, even when things might not be going the way you would have drawn it up early in the game, that you're able to figure things out throughout the flow of a 4-quarter ball game?
Yeah, you just got to keep just next play, next play and take try to do your best to take the emotions out of it and focus on execution, save the emotions for after the game, oh, man, we got beat and that stinks, yeah. Or, oh, man, we won, that's great. But, just next play, focus, execution, try to do your best to take the emotions out of it, So.
Well, Coach, you guys continue to roll, and Hammond, as the local Hammond apologist, I suppose, on the program. I'm the apologist. Great to hear from you as always. We look forward to tracking you guys all year, and I guess we'll take some time. We normally don't get a player and a coach, so we're just going to kind of move you out of the way for just a second, Coach, if you don't mind. Let's talk to Bubba for just a second.
Of course. Yeah, he's the man. He's a dog.
All right, there we go. All right, so he's the man. He's a dog. That's high, lofty praise for you.
In the football world, that is maybe as good of a praise you can get from your coach.
I think
he's
so.
A dog.
I think so.
Yes,
like he's a selfless individual. All right, Bubba, let's talk about it. First game of the season, and you guys are on the road. Elijah mentioned this when he asked your coach the question. When things aren't going your way in this ball game, defense is getting stops, offense can't get things going. Talk about the sideline in those moments before you guys went on that run to stretch it out. What was the vibe on the sidelines?
For sure. I mean, just next play, like Coach Wheeler said. I mean, we pride ourselves, and we're not always going to be the huge 6'3" guys, but we got a bunch of dogs on our guys. So I mean, that's something you can't really teach. It's kind of just something that everybody has to have, and so it's something that when we're stalemating and our defense is getting stops, everyone's like, hey, we're going to go do this, and we're going to take pride in being the team that we are and being the defense that we've been in the past couple of years. And then offensive wise, I mean, everyone's just doing their job. So I mean, I just got to finish the play with the touchdown, but I mean, I wouldn't have had anything if the offensive line isn't blocking, opening up the holes, and then our receivers, we had some great plays today. So I mean, everything is it's a team sport for a reason. So just everyone working together, and I'm super proud of how we worked today as a team. Not only just our starters, we had some guys that needed to fill in as backups, but, I mean, they played just as well. So I don't think that needs to go unnoticed about how many guys that we've had that were contributors tonight. So going forward, just got to keep working on the same things and keep getting after it.
Some would say it's the ultimate team game. And, Bubba, your coach referred to you as a dog. You said the rest of the guys on your team, dogs. So I got to ask you, it's maybe a more personal, philosophical question. What makes a dog, especially in a game like tonight when it is that physical and you do kind of have to pull within yourself the ability to get a comfortable lead and hold on to it?
Right. I mean, I feel like everybody has something on that they had a chip on their shoulder for, that if they have something in them, it's always going to have something that's motivating them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how do I explain it? But we just got some great guys, and I don't know if I'm answering the question fully. But,
you are.
I think, when you got someone that is, a dog on the field, or like it's someone that's not only doing something great, on the field, like you're a good player, but it's someone that's wanted to be great all the time. So, like, how you do anything is how you do everything. That's something that Clemson talks about. I've been to their camp a couple times, but how you do anything, just not just on the football field, but how you work in practice. So you execute in practice, you execute in school, you do all the things, and then just the football game, you making plays is the final result of that. And I think that's something that, might go unnoticed, is the great players are people that work the hardest. I know Kobe Bryant, he's somebody that I look up to, and, Coach Wheeler talks a ton about his stuff, about just his killer mindset. So just that time and talking about how Kobe was just constantly getting after it, and he'd be shooting free throws before practice. And, that's something that if you're going to want to be a dog, you got to be able to do those intangibles and do those simple things that end up creating a person or a team that is elite. So, I think that's what I'm talking about when we got a group as great as us, and some guys that just want to work. But,
I love that.
Wow, man. Mark that, clip that, Elijah.
Got me ready to run through a wall.
No kidding. Bubba, we appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for joining us. Coach, it's the same thing.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys, and good luck the rest of this season. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about the Hammond Skyhawks as
Yes,
we roll
sir. I
on
hope so.
this season. That's Bubba Alexander, Coach John Wheeler. That's Kale Wilson.
A whole
That's the
squad
report from
report. I love that.
Report
That's
from our
great.
game of the week. That's what we look for. Thank you, Kale. We appreciate it, man. Great updates tonight. We look forward to next week at our high school scoreboard show game of the week. That's what I'm calling it.
Yes.
The high school scoreboard show game of the
Featuring
week.
Kale Wilson.
Featuring Kale Wilson.
That's our guy.
Final score, Tigers of Saluda 28, Crescent 6. They go to Ridge Spring Minetta next week. How about this? Blythewood and Nation Ford tied at 27.
Oh, overtime alert?
With a minute and a half to go.
I hope it at least ends while we're still on air. That's my big concern.
I have to tell you, though, Mr. Campbell, that's a Vertex PT specialist comeback alert.
Comeback alert.
Because
completed comeback alert.
Because with 45 seconds to go, it's now 34-27 Blythewood. They were down at the half, 27-13.
A completed one. Now, we had a couple of Vertex PT specialist comeback alerts that didn't come to fruition, like Lower Richland. They cut it to one score, but Lugoff Elgin scored a touchdown late in the game, make it 28-14, and that's what the final score is. This is the first one of the night, though, where it has been completed.
45 seconds to go.
First one of the year, not just the night, of the year.
By the way, here's a quote for you. We're talking about players who talk above their pay grade in a good way. Burns quarterback Kane Rogers was asked how loud and impactful the Burns crowd was tonight. Quote, "It was already 7-0 when we walked in here."
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
that goes hard. Quotes that go hard. Oh, that's good.
That's something.
I didn't think we'd get the quote of the year in the 0th week of the year.
0th week. I think we did, though.
But I think we did. Justin Hall, I think we did.
Chesney defeats Pendleton 35-21. Spring Valley's got the ball at the R&E 48 with 2:09 to go.
Oh, and there's a little bit of history on the line here.
R&E up 19-16. Vertex PT Specialist comeback alert.
It's on.
Spring Valley was down.
It's on. This is at 4 now. Actually, no, this is 5. This is 5. Because you're getting the ball. You're on the right side of the 50. Late in the game.
4th and 1 coming up for Spring Valley at the 39. There's a minute 10 to go. 4th and 1.
I wish I could have. I want to feed on this. So
What are you
bad.
drawing?
I
What are
wish
you
I
drawing?
could
What are
have
you
a
drawing
feed
up on
this
4th and
game.
1? You're down 19-16. You got a minute left. You've already missed a field goal. I'll tell you what I'm drawing up. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what Blythewood just drew up. The lead.
Yeah.
34-27.
With 45 seconds to go.
Wow.
Tough break for the Jake Bentleys of Nation 4. Also known as the Falcons.
Tell you.
Up two scores.
To have a 13-point lead, lose it in the last minute of the game. Now they still have plenty of time. If you have timeouts, I don't know what the timeout situation's looking like here.
Right, I don't either.
But what are you drawing up on 4th and 1?
Screenplay.
Interesting. Is it one of those screenplays, too, where you may almost make it look like an RPO where you, like, fake the handoff and then get everybody to converge and then last second pull it out like a slow mesh and then...
Yeah, you could go that way. I mean, that's the beauty of the play is you have a couple of different formations you can run it out of.
Or just bubble screen.
I don't know if I want a bubble screen necessarily. I mean, you don't want something that's slow developing. Unfortunately, a screenplay is just in its natural state, a slow developing play.
Yes.
I would almost be interested in having the running back just leak out a little bit, a la Marcus Lattimore. And just right there in the middle, just sit in the middle of the field. Again,
Or
that's tough on 4th and 1.
I love a good jump pass right there. Tim Tebow-like jump pass where you take it from the shotgun, act like you're getting ready to run into a pile, and then right before you get to that pile, pump those brakes, jump, well, boop, drop it
A
over the
la
top.
Lenore Sellers against Missouri? Question mark? He did a little pop pass last year, I feel like,
Something like
to
that.
Joshua Simon in the back of the end zone. You got to thread the needle there, you know.
That's a big one. Oh, man, come on, Lou. We need those up. We need that update.
Final score from Keenan. Keenan 30, Dreer 22. That's the final. Dreer gave a valiant comeback.
RNE called for pass interference at the 1, not a spot foul, so the ball will go to the 20.
Wait. At the 1?
At the 1.
It was 4th and 1 at the 39.
I guess
I need
there is-
context.
There has been some math. That's not mathing. Maybe a typo. But that's 15 yards, so
Ooh.
that's at least 20 at the 24.
That's at least a game-tying field goal attempt at
Yep.
this point. You're now baked. It's now baked in.
That's a big pass interference penalty.
It's huge.
Spring Valley trying
Ball at
to
the 20.
exercise some demons tonight.
Oh, Rock Hill. We mentioned this one. Rock Hill opens with River Bluff, and they beat River Bluff 31-18. How about this? First time Rock Hill has won their season opener in 12 years.
Really? It's been that long? I know they had a little bit of a
2013.
streak. Wow. I was in high school the last time. Actually, I was graduating.
I had just graduated.
I just graduated. No, we were the same class.
We just graduated. Wrapped up a 2-8 season at Airport. Wait, 10-0, 6-4. No, 10-0, 8-2, 6-4, 4-6. 4-6 year. Not. Still made the playoffs though. Elijah Williams takes it to the 5 with 0.4 seconds left, according to Lou Bajak. I need this game to wrap up because I need Lou to call us and explain this to me.
Yeah, we need
What's going
answers.
on here? Because that's all I'm doing.
0.4 seconds left.
Final score from Oceanside Collegiate.
Oh, wow.
Irmo 35, Oceanside 28.
Oceanside did score a touchdown with a minute left to make it a 2-score game, but I'm going to go on the assumption the onside kick was not recovered.
Correct. Monavian with a 17-yard touchdown pass made it 35-28. Wow. Spring Valley's at the 5. They're going to line up for a field goal. They called a timeout and will line up for a field goal. Again, it's not the TV game, so I can't question it because I don't know your timeout situation.
Yeah.
You're really taking this to overtime? Okay.
High
You
school
have a
kickers.
2+ year. You have a 2+ year losing streak. Makes sense.
Or you have a 2+ year losing streak. I get my boys in the huddle and say,
Go end it.
this ends tonight.
Yeah. That is a very mild version of, I think, what's being said in the huddle. So now we set up real quick before we get a full rundown of the scoreboard here in a bit.
Get that Magnum PI music.
You got to get that keyed up. We're at the point where we have Irmo at Burns next week.
Oh, it's a thriller.
Is that early game of the week opportunity?
100%.
By the way, if you're interested, the South Carolina High School League, for the first time in probably 3 years, released the entire schedule for the entire year on their website.
For everything.
Yeah, and certainly for football. So if I can find that and pull that up, I would love to see what we're looking at next week in terms of games of the week potential. That's high on my list, though. Burns hosting
One could say it's a front runner.
Irmo. It's got to be, right?
Now, in terms of competitive ball game that I think will get really interesting, I think River Bluff Brooklyn Casey is going to be really interesting.
I would agree with that one. I want to see what that young Brooklyn Casey team looks like.
And it'll be open for them. River Bluff has a game underneath their belt, playing a good Rock Hill team, learning some lessons in that game.
I'm going to read you a tweet from the student paper Twitter account at RNE. Spring Valley scored a 3-point conversion. Game is currently tied 19-19.
Please don't tell me we're using AI to do game update tweets. Please. I hope this is a joke. I hope you're kidding.
I'm reading it. Right now.
I hope the student paper's kidding. But if I find out one of you is chat GPTing score updates, I will visit the academic institution myself and get to the bottom of this.
The Columbia Star, newspaper in Columbia. Grady Tucker hits the game-tying field goal as time expires.
Our first overtime game.
Overtime. A
Free
field goal
football.
from the 5. Spring Valley's at home trying to end a 2+ year losing streak. Everything you could want. Also, Vlasic has introduced a new snack. It is dill pickle flavored corn puffs.
Ew.
Yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay.
Oh no. Just got a text from our from Uncle Lou Bajak, and he says, "Dad, I can call in." I said, "Hey, free football for you, buddy."
Yeah, no kidding. That's all right. You're excused, Uncle Lou. You're excused. We haven't talked about Lexington beating Gilbert tonight because it was a continuation of a game from the other night.
Weird situation.
We haven't talked about it.
But congrats, Stuart Young.
Yeah, it's a win for Stuart Young in his first year as head coach at Lexington. And so you're now 1-0 in your first year. Unfortunately for Gilbert, Ozzie Exum, you're 0-1 to start the year against a rival. It was a weird situation. You had different opportunities to possibly get ahead, but you're in a weird weather situation that really messes up your game flow. You have to restart a game and all this other thing. You lose momentum of the crowd.
And, I mean, the kids you're coaching are 14 to 18 years old. Sometimes corralling the attention spans of 14 to 18-year-olds
Doesn't exactly work.
is a chore on its own.
Sure.
Doing so and having to stay focused throughout long delays, an entire game's worth of delays, and throwing you off a routine can be really difficult. How much we learn in that game, don't necessarily know, but it does say something if you were the team that comes out on the other side of that and wins.
Correct. I would agree with that, but ultimately you did not. By the way, here's some final scores from the Low Country. This is from last night. Mountain View Prep defeats Atlantic Collegiate 34-0. Aiken over Ainer 27-7. How about Aiken?
That's a pretty solid win.
I mean, they don't win a lot right now.
So any win's a big win.
And there's won by 20 on the road. Across the state, by the way. Aiken's on the furthest most west side of the state, and they just traveled to Horry County to take on Ainer. Wilson over Conway 13-9. Loris over Green Sea Floyd's 56-7. Myrtle Beach defeated Lake City 43-18. North Myrtle Beach and Goose Creek were postponed due to weather. They will play on Monday. Socastee at Wando postponed due to weather. They will play on Monday. Those are looking at some Horry County scores for you, in case you're interested. We do have, I'm holding on our Honda of Columbia Drive of the Week because we got a situation at Nation Ford.
Uh-oh. Wait, there was 45 seconds left when Blythewood scored that touchdown to go up 34-27.
Yes.
Before we hit the break here, let's fill in.
16 seconds left. Nearly had a touchdown pass in the end zone. It was dropped, but a personal foul called on Blythewood has moved Nation Ford to the Blythewood 14 with 6 seconds to go. One play for the game. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to get you that final. We're going to get you our Honda of Columbia Drive of the Week, and we're going to get you our LA Faith Fighter of the Night. All of that next on the High School Scoreboard Show on the game. Welcome back into the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission on the game. Justin Hall, Elijah Campbell behind the glass. Wrapping up the final segment of the first show of 2025. Week 1 for us. Week 0 for some folks who, aren't playing. But for everyone who is playing, it's week 1 because it's the first game. And that's how logic works. I might not be the smartest man, but I do know what week 1 is. I was trying to figure out how I could change the line.
That's good.
Through.
No, it's good. Yeah, you adjusted well on the fly.
I'm trying to work through that. Big, yeah. Riverside, 41. Malden, 27. That one's final. Thank you to the athletics director at Riverside High School for texting me that. Appreciate it.
We'll take the updates where we can get them.
I'll take them any way I can. Maybe we can have athletics directors start calling in more to explain to me why we're moving games for reasons. Again, I don't envy them, but I can't ask the questions. Oh my.
Oh,
Spring Valley tied the game with a field goal, a 3-point conversion, if you will, with 5.
I am sick to my stomach here.
From the 5-yard line as time expired, R&E got the ball to start overtime. Spring Valley picked it off. So another 3-point conversion could win it.
It'd be a game-winning 3-point conversion.
We have more free football in Columbia, the state capital. 16-16 between C.A. Johnson and the Caps. They're going to overtime.
A lot of free football in Richland County tonight. I like this.
And a lot of the same score, if you notice. 16-16, 19-16.
Wow.
Blah, blah, blah.
Matchy.
If you will. This is wild because what happens is my scoreboard automatically refreshes and I have to figure out where I'm at again. But I'm trying to actively refresh here to give us an update on this Spring Valley game, an update on Nation Ford. Nation Ford driving with mere seconds remaining to try to upend Blythewood in their comeback attempt. So they tried to secure a victory.
Blythewood did pull off the Vertex PT Specialist comeback of the night, but there's a chance that they haven't held on to it yet. You still got to hold on for these last what, 14 seconds? Or
there were 6 seconds the last time I looked. So
on
this
the
game is
14-yard line.
the game is over unless you tied, kick the extra point, and you go to overtime, which is possible. By the way, we have a couple of nominees. You've been writing these down for our LA Faith Fighter of the Night on the field. Again, Jack Timmerman is our LA Faith Fighter of the Night off the field. He's a young man who is battling Batten's disease, and he's going to Chicago on Monday for a rare, nearly first in the world treatment. He's a fighter. Who are our nominees for the LA Faith Fighter of the Night on the field?
Number 1, Trey Segura from Burns. A pair of touchdown runs in their 30-10 win, season-opening win over TL Hanna.
Okay.
Shamil Sadiq, wide receiver from Lugoff Elgin. 2 scores of 60-plus yards receiving, one of them being an 83-yard reception in their 28-14 win over Lower Richland tonight. And Carolina commit Sequel Patterson from Indian Land with a touchdown a touchdown throw, a touchdown catch, and an interception on defense. An all-around game for Sequel Patterson.
Who would be your pick?
I will say, give me Shamil Sadiq from Lugoff Elgin.
I will agree with that.
Made the difference in the game. 2 big plays.
Shamil Sadiq is our LA Faith Fighter of the Night, and we will have that graphic out when people can see it tomorrow.
Yes.
And who knows? Might be in contact with our folks over at Lugoff Elgin. See what we can
scrounge up.
See what we can muster up there. So Shamil Sadiq is our LA Faith Fighter of the Night on the field. We need a Honda Columbia Drive of the Night. I think I know who it is. Why don't you go ahead and hit that button?
The Drive of the Week, sponsored by Honda of Columbia.
That's how we get the big boys.
You have to summon it.
Spring Valley? Spring Valley?
It's Spring Valley.
Okay.
And 2 drives of the week.
Yes.
The one to set up the field goal to set it to overtime. They get the interception. Spring Valley calls timeout. They're setting up for a game-winning field goal to break a 2-year losing streak. This is remarkable.
By the way, final score at Nation Ford, Blythewood 34. Nation Ford 27.
They hold on.
Nation Ford had the ball around the Blythewood 14. They send a man in motion, so they go trips left. Plenty of time in the pocket. Quarterback then escapes, evacuates, rolls right, throws across his body from the 20, and that ball is either picked off or tipped. Nope, it's incomplete, but it doesn't matter. Game over. That ball was thrown to the end zone, like to the goal line, across the quarterback's body. I'm not being critical, but I will tell you that looks like a Jake Bentley kind of play. And not in a bad way, just the throwing motion, the scramble out of the pocket.
The movement.
Yeah, maybe not even the result. I'm not dogging the result. It's just I'm watching that and I'm like, yeah, okay. So his progression and how he went through his reads looks like Jake Bentley.
Bentley-esque.
Yeah. I'm just watching step up in the pocket.
I would say that is coach translating to player.
Climb in the pocket, then back it out, roll right, try to find an open man, but there was nobody open. Blythewood gets the win, 34-27 over Nation Ford.
Refreshing Lou Bejak's Twitter feed, at Lou at the State. If you don't follow him, you absolutely should. We are still waiting.
There it is.
We're still waiting for the field goal.
Oh, no, never mind. That's just the pick. Oh, it was a pick at the goal line, too, by the way. It was a throw into the end zone. There were 3 Spring Valley defenders and 2 R&E wide receivers.
The Fighting DQ Smiths are trying to break a streak. If they win this, if we were to give a team of the night, without a doubt, Spring Valley. If they are to
Grady Tucker, 19-yard field goal, wins it for the first time since 2022. The Spring Valley Vikings have won an American football game.
Let's go. Streak over.
It took extra time, but they did it. And they did it by scoring how many points in the last 5 minutes plus overtime?
They were down 19-0, weren't they?
That sounds right.
I think they were down 19-0. That's the story of the week. That is amazing. Good for them. I mean, I have lived here in Columbia now. Justin Hall, I moved here in January. It's like January 9th of 2023. Ever since I have lived in Columbia, Spring Valley has not won a football game.
They were down 19-0. They won 22-19.
So we had two Vertex PT Specialist comeback. That one, I'd say, takes a little more precedent. Blythewood's was impressive. Big win over Nation Ford. But, man, that one is the special one.
They were down 19-0 as of 8:43 to go in the third quarter.
So at 8.5 minutes.
That's what we call a pregnant pause.
Wow. I've let that one sink in a little bit.
Team of the week.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
How about that? That's a feel-good story right there. Good for Spring Valley. Good for Spring Valley.
So I think for the final scoreboard update, I think we should kick it off, pun intended, with Spring Valley kicking a game-winning field goal to break the streak.
Oh, my goodness. I've missed this music. I've missed it. There's something.
I get a rush.
I don't have the mustache nor the shirt.
The Selleck stash.
But I like it. The Wren Golden Hurricanes defeat the Palmetto Mustangs 42-0. Easily Green Wave over the Blue Flame of Pickens 56-34. The Independence Patriots take down Gaffney 27-21. Upset. North Augusta 33, Thompson 7. Heathwood Hall Episcopal takes down Hannah Pamplico 14-0. The Pack Panthers over Holy Spirit Prep 50-21. Jefferson Davis over Cross Schools 52-6. Cary Christian over Richard Wynn 50-16. The Williamsburg Stallions take down the Sumter Generals 34-7 in Kingstree. The Spartanburg Christian Warriors, the Fighting Zion Williamsons, take down Clarendon Hall 27-12. That's a pull. Colin Prep 66, St. John's Christian 24. Wilson Hall over Orangeburg Prep 42-14, while PD takes down Trinity Collegiate 14-12. Florence Christian over Dillon Christian 28-6. That was at the half. Got to be a final by now. 48-0. Porter-Gaud blanks First Baptist.
The Fighting Aaron Neesmith.
Look at that. Look at that.
Just got done playing in an NBA Finals.
Who is the three-named kid? I say that because he played basketball at Porter-Gaud, went on to play at Tennessee.
Three names. Drawing a blank.
Oh, Jordan James.
Josiah Jordan James.
Josiah Jordan James.
Yes, I didn't know he played at Porter-Gaud.
I was the PA guy for Hammond that night when his maybe someone in his family was being very vocal on the sidelines. I'll leave it at that. Latta over East Columbus 42-8. Whitmire over Branchville 26-6. Greenwood Christian over Calhoun Falls Charter 46-20. East Clarendon 39. Scotts Branch 0. Bamberg Earhart over Edisto 42-8. Great Falls falls to North Central 26-0, while Chesterfield falls to Johnsonville. The Flashes 34-14. The Braves of Sherrall take down McBee 48-7, while Louisville falls to Pageland Central 12-0. We're still in overtime between C.A. Johnson and Columbia at 16-all there. Ware Shoals over Blacksburg 44-6, while Battery Creek falls to Hilton Head 36-20. Carvers Bay defeats Waccamaw on Pawleys Island 14-12. That's a good vacay spot. Marlboro County over Lake Marion 56-6, while Kingstree edges Georgetown 24-23. The Fighting Scots of Scotland in North Carolina come back to defeat Dillon 36-33, scoring 23 unanswered in the second half. The Red Devils of Clinton fall to Woodruff tonight on the road 21-13. Newberry over Union County 62-14. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and Abbeville is really good at high school football. They win 42-0 over Southside Christian.
They do that a lot.
They do. Hammond over Christ Church 17-0. They do that a lot as well. Pendleton falls to Chesney 35-21. Saluda shuts down Crescent 28-6. Our Darlington Falcons defeat Lamar 22-13. Crestwood over Manning 48-14. Aiken, the Fighting Green Hornets, go on the road to Aner and take them down 27-7. The Fighting Green Hornets over the Blue Jackets. Keenan over Dreher 30-22. Seneca outscores Powdersville 56-35, a la South Carolina and Clemson in 2018.
Oh,
there you go.
Points.
That was Jake Bentley, by the way. Daniel 43, Chapman nothing. Fountain Inn defeats Liberty 48-14. Hilton Head Island takes down Stall 59-6. Myrtle Beach over Lake City 43-18. Wilson over Conway 13-9. South Florence over West Florence 37-6. Sumter over Lakewood 41-13. And of course, my scoreboard refreshes. I can tell you that the next score up there was Spring Valley over RNE 19-16 in overtime.
And Lugoff Elgin 28, Lower Richland 14. Irmo What was that? End up being 28-21?
35-28.
35-28 Irmo over Oceanside Collegiate.
Columbia, the Capitals lead C.A. Johnson 22-16 in the first overtime. I do not know if they've secured the victory there. I can tell you they are leading there as we speak. And again, we had games that went final last night / tonight. That includes Lexington over Gilbert. That includes Swansea pummeling their opponent. May River pummels Airport. Camden beats White Knoll 20-7. Camden's got a big matchup next week. Whew.
Huff, North Carolina beats South Point
14-10. Final score there. Week 1, according to everyone else, is next week. It'll be our week 2
for us.
We'll be back here from 7 to 11 next Friday night. A full slate. Everyone's playing unless you get the bye week in week 1. We'll be back. Shane Fiddler will be here. Lewis Clyburn will be here. Perry Parks will be here. We'll be coach heavy. We'll be media heavy. We look forward to seeing you and talking with you next week on the High School Scoreboard Show presented by Cottman Transmission. On the Game for Elijah Campbell, I'm Justin Hall. Have a great weekend. Enjoy college football. Farmageddon tomorrow at noon.